Welcome to Dispatch Game Day, sponsored by Jets Pizza. My name is Ryan Antonucci, and I'm joined here by Quentin Bursch. And in a couple minutes, your Huskies are going to kick off against Warren Township in the opening game of the high school football season. Now, Q-tip, I know you've been following these Huskies for 4 years now. What are the expectations going into the season?
You know, we've had the same quarterback all 3 years I've been here, Colton Gamino, and now it's my senior year, and we got a junior stepping up, Jake Narrott. He's only played one snap on varsity, and it was an interception. He's got a lot to live up for, but I'm really excited to see him play, actually.
Yeah, we got to see him play week 0 against St. Pat's this year, and he was dotting up some of those receivers. We only got to see him in for about 12 plays, but it was definitely a promising start for the young quarterback. But I'm more focused on the run game here. We got 2 unbelievable running backs starting for the Huskies. One starting for the Huskies, one starting for Warren. Aaron Stewart, one of the top running backs in the state. He led the state in yards last year. Total yards, I think I have down 2,475 yards in only 12 games. But we also, on the other hand, have Brandon Jenkins, who's an unbelievable two-way player. Both are committed to D1 universities. How do you see this matchup going?
Brandon Jenkins had 1,475 rushing yards. But he also had a couple receiving yards here, 186 receiving yards.
186 receiving
yards.
yards.
So 200 receiving yards and 1,500 rushing yards. So he's a little bit more of a dynamic player, but we also saw him on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Two interceptions, a couple PBU. I'm excited to see the rushing game. I really hope Jenkins can take it down, but I know the Huskies' rush defense is probably one of our weakest.
Yeah, I mean, they were, last week during that week 0 game, they were giving up 5-yard runs, almost like it was candy out there. But, you know, Brian McNulty, head coach of Warren, said that their team is heavily focused on the run this year. And they're backed by 2 offensive linemen who are both committed to D1 and D3 universities. And I really think for the Huskies, the game-changing, the game-deciding factor is going to be if they can stop the run. And I know you have a little bit of understanding behind that run defense, and especially the Hersey run game. So you want to talk about Hersey and the run matchup today.
Yeah, like I said, I want Jenkins to win, but I don't know. Our defense is really bad, but I feel like we almost have a better core. If Jenkins gets hurt or something, we have Oliver Cohen, Ben Martin, Jackson Travis. There's so many good players that can step up and be a good running back for the Huskies.
Yeah, and let's flash back to last year's Week 1 game where Warren played the Huskies. The Huskies lost 55-26. It's actually the 8th time in organization history that they've given up 50-plus runs in a game. And that's especially notable considering how good of a team we had last year. We had a lot of wasted potential, especially with Logan Farrell getting injured at the beginning of last year. But that game, I was there. I don't know if you were there, Q-tip. But, I mean, we gave up so many long rushing plays to Aaron Stewart, and that's going to be the deciding factor in today's game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in week 0. I don't remember who it was, but one of the Husky running backs, it was like a sophomore. He had like a 72-yard rush attempt, and he went for the touchdown. So I want to see that again from the Huskies.
I believe it was Jackson Travis.
Was it Jackson Travis?
With that run. But it just comes down to if he's getting snaps in these games. And you got to also understand the week 0 game. There were, different defenses were coming in at different point. You might have had the JV defense in, but that was a really impressive run. But Aaron Stewart, again, we've got to hold him with last year 361 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I can actually, excuse me, I'm on the wrong stat list here. I can check our defensive stats for Warren, and most of our players, the highest tackle for a player was 2 that game. It was really hard for us to get them. We had no fumbles, no interceptions, no PBUs. We didn't get anything. No pass blocks, no hurries, no sacks, no tackles for losses. Our defense during the Warren game was pretty pitiful.
Yeah, and if you want to size up this game based off of D1 caliber players, there's 2 Husky players right now who are receiving D1 offers. Meanwhile, you have 3 committed D1 players on Warren. One of them being Chris McBride, defensive back. Now, I want to switch over to Warren's defense. They didn't impress me last year. Though the Huskies couldn't get much done, I believe Colton Gamino threw a handful of interceptions that game.
Three interceptions, 1 touchdown.
2 in a row, actually. And so definitely that Husky offense was not playing to their potential. But again, new quarterback, pretty new offense being put into this game, and this is a Warren defense which doesn't really impress me that much. I mean, the team only went 7-5 last year. They're 4-3 in conference, and that's a conference with teams like Stevenson, Lake Forest, all impressive teams. But what do the Huskies need to do on offense outside of the run game to really manipulate this Warren defense?
If we look at the passing game from last year, only 172 yards passed, 11 completions from Colton Gamino, but 23 attempts. He threw for 47%. And honestly, I think that's our problem right there. If Jake Narrock can step up, if we see how he played in week 0, and if he could play like that in week 1, I think our passing game is going to be a lot stronger. We got almost better receivers. I feel like last year we still had Tyler Wentink, but we didn't really have a second
and Tyler
standout.
Wentink didn't play every single game last year.
Tyler Wentink
He actually led the team in receiving, only playing 3 or 4 games.
Tyler Wentink did break his collarbone out for 6 games and still led the team in receiving. And
Which is honestly just disappointing when you have a Division I caliber quarterback. Mm-hmm. And we did have a young receiving squad last year with Carson Grove going to Northwestern, but expectations need to be higher this year for the Huskies.
Absolutely. I'm expecting a lot more from our receivers, and I think we honestly have more depth in our receiver position this year. You've got Tyler Wentink. You've still got a lot of the players that we're going to see from last year hopefully step up now that they're seniors, like Brandon Jenkins, Luke Casey, Peyton Schultz might be out there, Cooper Mullen. But then you still have the younger players, Josh Riggs. Again, Jackson Travis, I feel like we're going to see him all over the place. Yeah. Last year, as a freshman, he was one of the only freshmen that got, do you call it redshirted for varsity at the end of the season?
He got called up towards the end of the season.
He got called up towards the only freshman that got called up. He got to dress for varsity last season, and he's a beast, and I feel like he could play almost a lot of the positions out there. I don't want to say every. I don't think I could see him like.
Yeah, and definitely good for the future of the Huskies. But one of the also many main factors of this game is both teams' depth. So Brian McNulty was quoted in a Daily Herald article saying that he really likes seeing Warren's depth. At almost every position, there are players who could fill roles if a varsity player or top player isn't performing to expectations. The Huskies, however, have almost every player starting on both sides of the ball. In fact, 6 of their 9 key players are starting on both offense and defense. So talk about week 1, you talk about exhaustion, right? These Huskies better have been conditioning well because there are going to be players who are playing almost every single snap this game.
I think I'm looking at the roster sheet right now. I'd say over 70% are rostered on both defense and offense.
Yeah.
Which is quite impressive for high school athletes to be able to be playing both the sides of the ball.
But with Hersey playing at such a high level, you've got to imagine that's going to come back to bite them, right? Mm-hmm. And so definitely the Huskies, we're going to see how their depth plays out in just a few minutes. But that's going to be something important to watch. So before we close off, we're going to do a little bit of college game day style game of the week picks. It's only week 1. We don't know much about these teams, to be clear, but we're going to go through all of our MSL matchups here, and we're going to pick our winners a little college game day style. I do not have the headgear for either Hersey or Warren to do the little Lee Corso headgear at the end, but we're going to see how we do. So game 1, we have Wheeling versus Oak Lawn. Now, this is a matchup between Wheeling, who finished 1-8 last year, and Oak Lawn, who was 0-9. So not very impressive when you talk about 2 teams. Definitely Wheeling, who consistently finishes at the bottom of the MSL year after year. Though I was doing some research, and I found that there was a stint where the Huskies actually lost to Wheeling. They had they
really.
Yeah, I was looking on Max Preps a couple days ago, and between 2005 and 2012, we lost to Wheeling almost every year. The only team we beat was Prospect. But again, pretty impressive game here. Who do you got in this one?
Honestly, I know you were just dissing on Wheeling, but I've got Wheeling taking it home from Oak Lawn. I was asking fellow media and dispatch personnel, Jack Foster, who's actually the kicker for the Huskies, and he said Oak Lawn's worse than Wheeling, and I'm going to take his word for it. He's on the team. I'm taking Wheeling over Oak Lawn.
Yeah, For this game, again, not knowing much about these two teams, but I did a little Max Preps research before I got on here. Despite Oaklawn finishing 0-9, I believe they play in a much tougher conference.
You think so?
For example, last year, they lost by about 30 to Argo. If you remember Argo, the Huskies beat them by about 30. So if you do the math, that should be about, the Huskies would beat them by 60. And we beat Wheeling by like 70 one of these years. So,
we did.
I got a touchdown win for Oaklawn. I think they're going to get their first win in 2 years. But honestly, it could go either way.
First win in 2 years?
Yes, first win in 2 years. But it could go either way.
I do see it going either way. I've got Wheeling, though.
All right, next game, Schaumburg versus Antioch.
You take this one first. I want to hear your
All right, well, again, after slight research, Antioch finished, I believe, 7-3 last year, and Schaumburg finished about 500. Last year, Schaumburg beat Antioch 14-7. I do see those roles reversed, though, and I actually think Antioch's going to take this one, even though Schaumburg's home.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to take Schaumburg here. I like the way the receivers are looking. They got that young running back, I think, if I was looking at the right team. I'm excited for Schaumburg this year.
All right, our third game, Lake Park versus Conant. Conant, I was looking at an MSL preseason rankings. They were actually ranked behind Wheeling. Lake Park is another team. Again, don't have much background on them, but I think Lake Park's going to win this game. I think Lake Park finished about 500 last year. And last year, Lake Park beat Conant by about 30, 40 points. And Lake Park's home, too. And, home field plays a little bit of an advantage, especially this early on in the season. So I'm going to take Lake Park.
I do have Conant losing that game, but I want to disagree on you. I think Conant's better than Wheeling. I don't think Wheeling's going to beat Conant if they ever face. Do they face off against each other?
I don't believe they face off against each other. I think Wheeling in the MSL East-West crossover, Wheeling plays Hoffman this year.
Okay. Well, again, I think Conant's better than Wheeling, and I don't see Conant beating Lake Park.
All right, now we're going to go to Buffalo Grove Hoffman Estates, another MSL East-West matchup. If you remember, I think it was about 2 years ago where Hoffman and Buffalo Grove went to overtime, I think, with each other, and Buffalo Grove walked it off. Unfortunately, Buffalo Grove might be worse than Wheeling. I don't know. They have really fallen off over these past couple of years. They might be the worst team in the MSL. But I'm taking Hoffman. I saw in a couple preseason rankings that Hoffman was ranked about 6 or 7 in the rankings, and overall, I just believe they have a stronger team this year.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance that that BG's coming out on top of this one.
BG's home, though, so I'll give them that one. But
I got Hoffman at 7th in the MSL this year.
Yeah, you got them finishing 7th.
I got Hoffman at 7th, and I've got BG at 9th.
All right, well, we'll take your word for it, Q-Tip. All right, now Barrington versus South Elgin. Barrington, a team that we're going to see next week. And Barrington actually destroyed South Elgin last year.
Yeah.
That was about a 60-point win by Barrington, and they were on the road. This year, they're home against South Elgin. They're going to be one of the top teams in the state this year. I believe that they're the top team in the MSL, either them or Palatine. But I have Barrington taking this one and by a margin.
Yeah, I've got Barrington at 3 in the MSL, and I've actually got the Huskies at 5, which I know you should be rooting for your own team, but when you look at these teams that are in the MSL, I should probably move the Huskies up to like the 2. Anyway, I've got Barrington at the 3, and I think Barrington's taking this one home.
All right, and now we're going to go back to an MSL East-West matchup, Rolling Meadows versus Palatine. Rolling Meadows, again, another difficult team to watch out of the MSL East. Palatine, however, they're projected to finish 1st in the MSL this year.
My brother-in-law, he's a coach for the Mustangs over there, so I don't really want to diss on him. But they're not looking great. I got the Mustangs at the 8th in the MSL, and I've got the Pirates at the 2. And I think the Pirates are going to absolutely destroy the Mustangs here.
Yeah, I believe that Palatine is going to destroy Rolling Meadows. But, always give the Mustangs some hope. All right, Fremd versus Lake Zurich. Fremd, they shocked the world last year. This is a team that the Huskies beat by 50. My freshman year and sophomore year, so 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 and 2 years ago. And then all of a sudden last year they just exploded on top of the MSL. I mean, did they beat Barrington last year? I know they beat.
I have them at 1 in the MSL. I have the Vikings at number 1 in the MSL right now.
Yeah, I mean let's see, they beat Barrington. They beat them by 20.
Yeah.
And this was when Barrington was
not
one of the
even close.
top-ranked teams. But then they lost to rival Palatine. They're taking on Lake Zurich. Lake Zurich, historically, a pretty decent team from around the area. But Friends at home, they're kicking off another season, and I got Friend winning this one.
Yeah, I've got Friend winning. Like I said, number 1 in the MSL. I don't think they're going to lose to this one. Maine West are historically terrible.
Maine West.
Well, that's who we're going to talk about next.
Yes.
Maine West, historically terrible, going up against Elk Grove, another historically terrible team.
Yeah, Maine West, Elk Grove, 2 teams that the Huskies are going to see. Actually, Elk Grove has looked much better in these past couple of years. Last year, they were winning. They were beating the Huskies, I think, pretty early on. Last year, obviously outside of Prospect, Elk Grove gave the Huskies the most fight. I mean, we still destroyed them, but I was pretty impressed with Elk Grove. And I think they're going to beat Maine West from this game. Maine West, historically a very good team in their conference when it comes to the whole they always go undefeated every year, but then when they eventually play in the state playoffs, they kind of get run off the field by whoever their opponent is. And Maine West we'll get to see, I believe, week 3 as the Huskies will travel to Maine West. But I got Elk Grove taking this one. I know Maine West lost a couple key players last year. I'm not sure exactly who Elk Grove's returners are, but I have Elk Grove.
I think I'm actually going to take Maine West in this one. I know I did say both the teams are historically terrible, but I got Elk Grove at 12th in the MSL, last place, and I don't see them coming out of it. I think they're going to be slumping it out all year long.
All right, final game before we get to the main event: Hersey versus Warren, Prospect versus Stevenson. This game is a pretty huge game. You have Prospect with really high expectations going into this season, especially after beating the Huskies twice last year. One of those times they absolutely destroyed the Huskies. It was really tough to watch as a Hersey fan. But you also have Stevenson, who finished 10-2 last year. They beat Warren last year. They beat them by 9 points. And, obviously they lost to Lincoln Way East in the state playoffs last year. But again, Stevenson, Prospect, pretty huge game and an incredible start to Prospect and Stevenson's schedule in terms of strength of schedule. Who do you got?
I've got Prospect at the 4 in the MSL. I have them above Hersey just because Hersey did lose both games.
Yeah,
and I think
Prospect
we have to credit that in. Prospect has a strong team. This is going to be a big game. Stevenson has the funding. They have a lot more players, double the players of Prospect, like double, you could pick from, double the students. I don't know. I see this going either way, but I'm going to take Prospect.
Yeah, this is a huge game to determine the start of both teams' season. I'm going to take Stevenson. I know Prospect's opening up at home, but I believe Stevenson's a better team this year, and I'm notoriously a Prospect hater. So maybe a little bit of bias comes into that pick, but I'm going to take Stevenson. But this is definitely one that we're going to be watching closely tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And finally now to our last game, Hersey versus Warren. Last year, the Huskies got run off the field. They got killed. This year, new year, opening up at home, new quarterback. It could go either way. Q-Tip, I want to hear what you say before I make my decision.
I just don't see it going well, guys. Like Ryan said, new quarterback, new basically whole defense, new whole defensive line, new O-line. I just don't see it going good. We got too much to test out, and our run defense is atrocious.
So far. Again, that was week 0. We need to see what comes.
They have one of the best running backs in the state, Ryan. I don't see the Huskies winning this one.
Yeah, if the Huskies want to win this game, they're going to need to keep up the scoring pace with Warren. I mean, Stewart might break out for 60-yard touchdowns, but the Huskies have to respond. They have to hold on to the ball. They have to make passes. And they got to get into the end zone. And I think we also missed a couple kicks last year that really early on that really deflated us. So I think we got to keep the energy, the momentum going. It could be a really high-scoring game for both teams, or just Warren. It really comes down to what we're going to let happen. So personally, for this one, though I love my Huskies, I'm going to go with Warren. Aaron Stewart, again, committed to the University of Illinois for football and wrestling, led the state in rushing yards, Daily Herald, all Lake County team. No one on Hersey's putting up those numbers yet, though I love Brandon Jenkins and I love our offense. I really don't think that we're going to be able to compete with Warren, especially in the run game category.
I actually want to ask you about, you did say we missed a couple kicks last season. How do you think about the Huskies taking the approach of having 3 kickers, one for kickoffs, one for field goals, and one for punting? How do you feel about that?
It's definitely very rare, I feel like. Like, not even many NFL teams have that many people in those many positions. But I'm really interested to see how this is going to happen. You know much more about the kicking squad than I do. But, Jack Foster, he was taking extra points last year. He missed a couple, and he has been, he's been sent to punter. Not a demotion by any means, but just a couple position change. You have a sophomore who's kicking extra points.
We've got Jack Mao, number 33.
Mao, and then remind me, who is our kicker?
It's Olaf Jedrick.
Yeah, and you were telling me that he's not very consistent with his punts, but he has a boot.
Leg.
He can really boot the ball. So I do believe that these positions are going to alternate. I do think that they're going to have a number one who's just doing everything. It's a little weird, though, in the punter position at least, because Colton Gamino would take all the punts for us for these past 2 seasons. So now we actually have to fill somebody else into the punting spot. Unless Jake Narrott takes a couple punts this year.
I don't see Jake Narrott taking punts. He's a big boy. And I think they want to keep him there. They want to keep him conditioned. I don't think they want anything to happen to his legs. Punting sometimes can be a little bit risky. Those tackles, you're always off balance when you're the punter. And I don't think they want anything to happen to Jake.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Dispatch Game Day. My name is Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch. Any final messages, Quentin?
No, guys. Everybody tune in and be excited for tonight's game.
We're going to head on up to the broadcast booth right now. In a couple minutes, we're going to get you guys going with the start of kickoff.
Good evening and welcome to Roland R. Goins Stadium for another Hersey Dispatch Game Day production. My name is Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Q-Tip Bursch, and today we have your Hersey Huskies taking on the number 14 ranked Warren Blue Devils. Q-Tip, I know you've been following this team for a while now. We got to see him play week 0. Now, tell me about some key players in this matchup for both teams.
You know, it's the first varsity game officially for Jake Narod. He did have one play on varsity last season, and it wasn't too great. And we're also looking at a big game from Aaron Stewart on the Warren side. I think it's going to be a big game for both of them, and this is really important that the Huskies can take this home.
All right, we're going to take you now down to field level before we start our game. All right, moments away from kickoff here from Roland Goins Stadium. The kickoff team is getting out there. I believe we're returning first.
It appears so, because it looks like we have some skill position players on the field, and that normally does not happen when we're kicking.
All right, so we're about to get underway here. Warren Township, Aaron Stewart. Big names here coming into Hersey. If you remember last year, the Huskies got killed. They lost, I believe, 55-26. Aaron Stewart, the running back for the Blue Devils, rushed for 361 yards and 5 touchdowns. It was pretty embarrassing to watch. I was there firsthand, got to experience it. Now Aaron Stewart goes into his senior year. I'm excited to see what happens in tonight's game. I expect a lot of RPO plays from these Huskies tonight.
Yeah, I mean, our defense against Warren last year was also atrocious. We had no pass blocks, no hurries, no sacks, no tackles for losses, no fumbles, no interceptions. I mean, there's just nothing you could do if our defense isn't moving like we need it to be moving. And it looks like Warren's going to be kicking off here.
All right, back to return. Peyton Schultz, Zell Walton, and Austin Schultz. The kick is up, and the 2025 season is underway. It's returned by Austin Schultz, who's taking it along the 20. He's moving around the Warren defenders, and he has space down the sideline. And he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Corville Hodgers with the tackle there, number 12. He's actually listed as an athlete as his position. We're going to see him on both sides of the field.
Another athlete,
Warren
Brandon
Blue
Jenkins,
Devils.
listed as an athlete on the Hersey roster. So an excellent return there by the Huskies as we get our first look at this Hersey offense, who's now taking the field, led by junior Jake Narod.
Jake Narod had one play on varsity last season, only one attempt, and it was an interception against Elk Grove. It's not very great.
No, Wheeling.
Wheeling, sorry,
Yes.
my apologies. Two pretty same caliber teams there. And
well, we look like we had a flag on that last play, and the Huskies are going to be backed up now to the 25. It's either a flag or they believe he stepped out of bounds earlier. I'm not quite sure on the call there, but anyway,
I did not see a flag.
Looks like a loss of about 20 right off the kickoff. So these Huskies starting now on their 25-yard line. All right, first play about to be underway. It's a handoff to Jenkins, who moves through the Warren defenders and will get tackled at the 30-yard line. That looks like it's about a gain of 5 for
Jenkins is a great running back. I believe he's already committed to Ohio
University. I was watching them play last night, actually, against Rutgers. Pretty close game, actually, for a Big Ten versus MAC conference team. But overall, yes, very impressive commitment going to play D1 FBS football. Narod takes the snap. Quick pass outside, caught by
Jackson Wilder.
Jackson Wilder, listed as a tight end for the Huskies, and he, I believe, is just shy. No, it's a first down for your Huskies.
I just want to point out Jackson Wilder's one of the smartest kids at the school. 36
Really?
on the ACT.
Yes.
He maxed out the SAT.
Really?
He's done like a 5 on every AP test. Can
Well,
you
you know,
believe
Hersey's been sending a lot of players to MIT recently. I wonder if he's going to be one of those other commits.
that? Jackson Wilder is an absolute genius.
Yes. All right, it's another pass, this time outside to Jenkins. Jenkins with room. down to the 50 and trying to move around the defenders, and he will be tackled at the 40-yard line.
And
the ball rolls out of bounds, but the ball rolls out of bounds. So fumble off the tackle on Jenkins.
I want to point out the blocking there, though. Tyler Wenting and Josh Riggs had great downfield blocking for Jenkins to get through, but the ball does go loose after he's down, I believe. Yeah, they're going to put it right where he went down, not where the ball rolled out of bounds.
All right, Huskies entering now into Blue Devil territory as it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Let's see what the junior Jake Narrott can do to lead the Huskies offense.
Already 2 for 2 with passes in his debut. See what he can do here. This is another passing play. He's scanning downfield. It's going to be a deep pass, and it's dropped by Luke
That's
Casey.
going to be pass interference. I saw that from a mile away.
A flag on the play. Pass interference by the Warren defender, number 7, Zion Vines-Peterson.
You cannot move his hands out of the way when he's trying to catch a ball like that. You've got to wait until the ball touches his hands. We cannot be doing that.
And the Huskies are going to be moving downfield ever so close to that end zone. And, well, there's a little holdup now for the refs, and it's like, oh, yeah, they're just spotting the ball. But an excellent start by these Huskies. Only 4 plays, and they're already down to the, looks like it's about to be the
I like the placement of that throw,
25,
but I do
26.
wish it was a little bit faster.
Yeah,
he
took his time, but it's an excellent blocking there by the offensive line, giving him time and space to make that pass.
100%.
All right, Wentink in motion. Josh Riggs in motion. It's a handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins gets quickly swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by Brylan McMillan, the linebacker out of Warren.
Yeah, Warren's got a nasty D-line there. They're doing great. But let's see if Jenkins can break through. We've already seen him on some outside lines, but he hasn't been able to push through the middle yet. I'm excited to see what he can make happen.
2nd and 10. The Huskies at their 31-yard line. All right, takes a snap. He's going to pass. Looks outside to Wentink. It's caught. And he's going to be tackled right at the first down line. Let's see if they give him the first or if he was tackled just shy. Again, an excellent start right now by Narrott in his first official varsity start at least.
Wentink had a collarbone. He broke his collarbone last season, and it was half the season he was out, I'd say.
Yeah, he only played 4 games for the Huskies, but he led the Huskies in the receiving last year.
He did have the most receiving yards, actually. Tyler Wentink had 365 receiving yards, averaged 17.4 on 21 receptions, 3 touchdowns.
And through 4 games, that's pretty impressive. And that might tell you something about that Husky offense last year. I know we hit on the pregame show that it was kind of a rough year for the offense, backed by Colton Gamino, but a new start with Jake Narrott at the helm. Narrott hands it off to Jenkins. Jenkins running outside, and he has room. Jenkins into the end zone for a Husky touchdown. Hersey takes a 6-0 lead after the Brandon Jenkins 17-yard touchdown run. And a quick start for these Huskies, pretty reminiscent to last year's week 1 where the Huskies jumped out to an early lead.
Brandon Jenkins, as I was just saying, when you give him the outside, he's got the space to go, but I want to see what he can make happen up through the middle. He was the rushing leader for the Huskies last season, 183 attempts, 1,475 yards, and averaged 7.6 yards per rush, 14 touchdowns.
All right, out there is Jack Mao, the sophomore, to take the kick. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good, and your Huskies have taken a 7-0 lead early on in this matchup against Warren Township.
The snap was a little high there. Dylan Clare able to take it down, and Jack Mao with a great kick straight through the middle.
So an excellent start for your Huskies early on here. The Orange Crush is up and loud. So on 3rd and 1, the Huskies able to convert and turn it into a touchdown. And now we're going to get our first look at this Warren offense after this kickoff. And the kicker, Olaf Jederik, is going to head out for his first boot of the year.
If you were tuning in for the pregame show, you could hear us say that Olaf has the biggest boot on the team, but his accuracy might not be at the fullest. Huskies have a 3-kicking team here, 3-person kick team.
Pretty rare for high school football and any team in general. I mean, even most NFL teams don't take, 3 kickers.
I feel like the Huskies do have a giant roster. You look at the Warren side, it's a little bit smaller, and I think that's good for us.
All right, the first II captain for the Orange Crush of the year. As we're about to get our first look now at the Warren offense, and I guess the Warren special teams and Hersey special teams. Special teams wasn't really a strong point last year.
No, last year we did get a lot of discouraging comments for our special teams, but let's see what they can make happen this season.
All right, here goes the kick. Yancey back to receive for the Blue Devils. He will take it, and he has room. He's going to be quickly swallowed though by the Huskies special teams at the 18-yard line.
What did you think of that reception strategy?
I think he should have let that go.
Blue Devils.
I think he should have let that go.
It was in the end zone, yes, but also did you see how they sort of just created a wall there and the Huskies ran into them? So whoever took the blunt there, fair to you on the Huskies side, but we do end up swarming and getting through them.
And here he comes, number 9, Aaron Stewart, the man of the hour. I'm very impressed to see how he does against these Huskies and how the Huskies' run defense will hold up. I remember us noting that the Huskies' run defense is pretty weak.
Yeah, can our linebackers and D linemen stop him? I don't know. We'll see here. I bet they're going to do it first play. Show him off.
Dangle takes the snap, hands it off to Stewart, who quickly gets swallowed, and only a gain of 3 for the Blue Devils.
There we go.
Reed Dangle, the starting quarterback for Warren. It's also his first year as a varsity starter, as well as Narot. Reed Dangle, I believe he's a junior for this Blue Devil team, and their quarterback last year when we got to saw him wasn't really the strong point of their team. It was all the run game.
It's all. I feel like Warren's most of the time, at least as long as we've been here, they've been a run school for sure.
But a receiver to watch out for is Xavier Montgomery, who's listed as an athlete on this roster, and Brian McNulty, head coach of Warren, noted that he was one of their top players this year, along with Stewart, of course. Dangle's going to make his first pass, and it's caught by number 12, Yancey, and it's going to be a first down for the Blue Devils. So
Oliver Cohen on the tackle there, the backup running back.
So another thing to watch for the Hersey defense is obviously the Warren pass game. I mean, you can't underestimate their pass game and assume they're going to run every time.
I don't know. I do like the way the Hersey Huskies secondary looks, though, and I think it's going to be strong for us. I think if we could stop the pass game and all they have is the run game, if we just keep batting him down, he's not going to last the whole game against the Husky defense.
And in that week 0 game, I believe St. Pat had 2 turnovers to the Husky defense. Both were fumbles, though.
No, there was an interception. The very first play of the game.
All right, Stewart's going to take it, and he has room, but will get tackled at about the 38-yard line.
He tripped there on the tackle. Nick Jalaka, junior linebacker.
I mean, he is just so shifty down there.
Bernard comes in the game, and you hear the student section go crazy. Everybody loves Bernard, number 99.
Bernard is huge. He's huge, and he can get around. He can get around the Warren O-line and definitely get the Dangle at some point in this game. I expect a Husky sack. All right, Dangle, quick pass now to Corvell Hodges, who will get swarmed by the Husky defense. Tackle made by Shaden Georgakakis.
Big tackle from Georgakakis there. Georgakakis was actually the second most points for the Huskies last season. He had 19 tackles, 32 assists, 2.5 tackles for losses, 2 sacks, an interception, and 1 hurry.
And he had that fumble recovery, which should have been a touchdown in that week 0 scrimmage game, but they weren't really doing defensive touchdowns.
Shading Georgakakis, an absolute stud on the defense.
All right, key 3rd and 3 now. If the Huskies can force a punt, I mean, that's an excellent start. You can't get much better than that.
Against the Warren Blue Devils, too, we both predicted the Huskies lose, and this would really be an upset.
All right, there, of course, they go to Stewart on 3rd and 3, who gets muffed at the 40-yard line. He's still up, though, but they're blowing it dead, and it's going to be tight, but I believe the Huskies have stopped Stewart from getting the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball.
I believe that was Nikhil Davenport and...
Dever-Pauly.
Sorry, what?
Nikhil Dever-Pauly.
Oh, and Ryan Hefke.
All right. It looks like they're going to give Warren the first down. I think he was stopped just before.
I agree with you on that one. There's no
marker,
chance he made it to the first down.
again, he's powerful, Stewart. I mean, he's a senior at 5'8", 185 pounds. He's committed to the University of Illinois for football and wrestling. Pretty impressive. I mean, University of Illinois, they're number 12 on the AP poll for football, and I believe they have a pretty strong wrestling team too. So I've never really seen an athlete like that before. All right, Dangle, a quick outside pass. It's going to be caught and quickly tackled. That's about a 1-yard gain by Corvell Hodges, who took the reception, or caught the ball.
Absolutely. Georgia Caucus with another tackle, though. You see Jenkins with the assist. Jenkins is our interception leader, actually.
Yeah, he had tons of interceptions. I remember last year against Maine South, he had that key interception at the end of the game. That was when good old Johnny Fahey was on the call.
I believe he's been our interception leader every year. Last season, I think he had 6, actually. Maybe it was 4, but he's a big interception leader.
All right, Stewart in the backfield with Dangle, or Stewart with the pitch. Dangle with the pitch pass to Stewart, who's going to get tackled at the 45-yard line. So a short gain of 2 right there, and it stands to be 3rd and 6.
Ryan Sather and Luke Casey on the tackle. Ryan Sather's a junior. We did not see him in week 0. Bit of an injury. They're just trying to let him rest, and we see him out here. And we see why he's out here. He's a stud.
I noticed you said Luke Casey on the tackle, and that goes to say how many players on this Hersey team are playing on both sides of the ball. There's not a lot of depth for this Hersey team.
I said this in the week 0 game, although I know it wasn't broadcasted, but I feel like 60% of our roster is double rostered on both sides of the field.
Yeah, double, playing both sides. All right, the refs blew a whistle. See what the holdup is. Be a little bit issue with spotting the ball. 3rd and 6. Dangle, it's a high snap. He's looking to pass. He's immediately swarmed by the Husky defensive line, but he rolls out. He has space, and it's a deep pass. Intercepted! Luke Casey with the interception for the Huskies, and that was a terrible play by Dangle, who just rolls out and chucks one up. You know, they say never throw across your body as a quarterback, and that was a terrible example right there by the young quarterback, and it's going to be an interception by Luke Casey, and also pretty decent field position for these Huskies.
Absolutely. I mean, Luke Casey, I love that guy. He's one of the dogs. We're going to see, actually, next week we got a big surprise. If you guys are going to be tuning in, we're going to be doing player profiles.
Yes.
I'm going to get Luke Casey on there. We're going to get Brandon Jenkins. We're going to get Bernard. We're going to get all your favorite players on for the player profiles.
Yeah, it's a really impressive start for these Huskies. We expected Aaron Stewart to run all over this Hersey defense, but immediately a turnover on the first Warren drive.
Luke Casey last season had 12 tackles, 9 assists, 1 interception.
All right, Riggs in motion. Narrat looking to pass. He's under pressure and will get taken down by the Warren defensive line behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a sack, but wait for Narrat to use his legs and move out of that pressure.
You know, it is his rookie season. He's never seen that pressure before. It looked like he panicked a little bit, but we'll see what he can make happen. Now he's got 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 for the Huskies, huddling up, deciding where they're going to go next. This Warren defensive line is pretty impressive as well. I mean, we talk a lot about their offense, but they have a defensive lineman who's a sophomore at 6'4", 280 pounds, and that's a sophomore. The handoff to Jenkins, who will also be swarmed and taken down at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as I said there, Brandon Jenkins hasn't been able to make much happen through the inside, but once he gets on the outside, he is gone.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it looks like he's running towards us, towards the sideline. You're like, where are you going? But he always makes,
absolutely.
He always turns it into some sort of gain. All right, 3rd and 11, a long way for these Huskies to go. You got to imagine it's going to be a pass here.
Absolutely, that's all I can see happening. But to who? Josh Riggs is normally our long ball kid. Let's see if he'll make it happen.
All right, Narrat rolls out, looking to pass. It's a short pass to Riggs, and it's caught for a first down.
I just want to say most of my predictions are ironic, and we always talk about this, but that's my 2nd correct prediction of the game.
Josh Riggs, the junior, multiple receptions now in this game, gets the key first down for the Huskies on 3rd and 11. And now your Huskies are in Warren territory for the 2nd time this game.
Last season, Josh Riggs was our number 3 receiver at 20 receptions, 332 yards, averaged 16.6, 3 touchdowns, and his longest was 41. But he did have like 3 60-yard opportunities that he dropped. He definitely dropped a lot of passes last season, and I think he's gotten a lot better over the summer.
Narot takes the snap. He rolls out. There's a whistle and a flag. And the Warren defense is pointing to a offsides or maybe a jump by the Hersey offensive line, but we'll see what they say
Yeah,
here.
they're bringing Riggs off. He just caught a pass, and it looks like he jumped.
I believe this flag is on the Huskies. Or
They're taking it back?
They're
No
taking
flag.
it back. No flag. So restart 1st and 10 at the Warren 49.
I don't know. It looked like Riggs said something to the ref, and then the ref told Riggs to jump off the field, but then he cancels the flag. I don't know what was going on.
Maybe he wasn't on the line or something. I don't know. I know
Yeah,
you need to say. I know you need to check if you're good if you're the receivers on the
Maybe
line.
he
So
caught a touchdown, got too excited, was way too ready. Or not a touchdown, excuse me.
Got a
caught
first
a pass.
down,
First down. Anyway, we're seeing number 12 come on as his replacement, Alston Schultz. We're seeing both the
Austin
Schultz
Schultz, brother Peyton Schultz. It's a quick pass now to Wilder, and Wilder has room and will be taken down at about the 39-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 for these Huskies. And Wilder, you know, Logan Farrell was the tight end last year. He did not get to play, and I don't remember who exactly took in as
I think it was
our
Drew
tight
Frank.
end. Was it Drew Frank?
I'm not 100% on that.
But Wilder, I mean, he's a big guy. He's definitely got about the same height as Logan Farrell did that year.
Absolutely.
I mean, he maybe needs to put on a little more weight, but
Logan Farrell's playing at a big school too, isn't he?
he's committed to the University of Illinois, but I was looking on the depth chart yesterday and I couldn't find him. There's a jump right there by the Warren defensive line, and another flag we see thrown in this game. It was number 97, Caden Milbrooks.
No, this one's going to be on the Huskies.
It's on the Huskies.
Jack Nolan, it looked like.
Jack Nolan with the jump. I saw the Warren. I didn't see really any movement by the Huskies.
I thought it was the Huskies. Everybody rolled their heads back. It's kind of the telltale
sign. So 2nd and 8 now. High snap for Narot, pitches it back to Jenkins, and Jenkins immediately swarmed by the Warren defense. It's a tackle made by number 85.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go there. And to
Caden
be honest, I
Jenkins.
didn't really like that play. We're starting on the left hash, and we go left on the run. That doesn't make any sense. There's no space to go. He's just going to get swarmed all day long.
Caden C.J. Januski, senior, 6'5", 245 pounds, and he's receiving D2 and NIA offers. I believe I said that.
Wow,
right?
really?
NAIA. Yeah. So there's a lot of committed players, D1, D2, D3, on this Warren roster, but the Huskies have their fair share as well with Jack Nolan and Brandon Jenkins. Narot standing alone now, taking the snap, fires over the middle, and it's caught by Wilder once again, who's going to be tackled right back at the 46-yard line.
Brutal tackle right
Sorry,
there. Head in one of the Warren players' knees, tackled by 2 people. But, I mean, that's kind of the tight end's job. You know, he takes the grunt of it, I feel like.
Yeah, well, tight end's got to take the hits, and also it takes numerous players to take down the tight end. So you saw numerous Warren players go to the defender's aid and then take down Jackson Wilder. I mean, I mean, Wilder's pretty big. Looking from down here, I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a height and weight, but
I want to say he's like 6'7".
oh, okay. Narot hands it off to Jenkins, and Jenkins will get tackled and thrown back. He's shy of the line of scrimmage.
It's gonna be
and the ball's on the ground, and Warren says he recovered it.
It doesn't matter either way. It was 4th down. It's a turnover on downs if it's not a fumble.
So Warren ball on the failed 4th down conversion. Not quite sure who picked up the ball there for Warren or who got the tackle, but we're a little far. You know, we don't have the best sight line, but 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Now it's 1st and 10 for Warren on their own 41-yard line.
You know, Jenkins told me he was going to play Sam this season, but we actually see him out there at safety.
Yeah, and last year he played safety, I believe.
Last year I think he was a DB. I think he played corner.
We've had a lot of good players in our secondary roll through Hersey recently, and this year is definitely another strong year.
Absolutely. It looks like a blitz. We're seeing Luke Casey and Jenkins run up to the line of scrimmage.
Quick pass outside, and it's
a fumble!
It's a fumble. They're saying that it was an incomplete pass meant for Simon Castillo, the wide receiver and defensive back on this Warren team as a senior. What is it, 3 seconds you got to have the ball before it's classified as a fumble? That seemed like a pretty clean drop.
But the Huskies kind of looked like they panicked there. There was like 4 people that missed jumping on the ball.
I mean, anytime the ball's on the ground, might as well jump on it. Maybe you'll get a fumble your way. All right, but you saw the blitz and you saw how the blitz worked. I didn't really understand that play call, sending 3 receivers outside for a screen pass. I mean, I'm sure they were trying to do block for that one receiver. It's a pass now. Dangle looking deep and wide open is Castillo, but it's overthrown.
Honestly, that was a terrible throw. He knows the route. He sees the receiver wide open. I saw that receiver open from miles away, and he misses the wide open pass.
I can't tell if Castillo ran that route wrong or if that was just a plain overthrow.
I think it was a bad throw, not even just an overthrow. It looked like he was cutting in at the end of his route, and the throw is outside and long.
Well, the Hersey secondary was lost. They both all went over to the wide receiver who was running up on the left side of the field. But that was really the first time our secondary was tested in this game.
Yeah, that was terrible from the Huskies.
Not a great start, but we have hope.
It also depends on their play call. You know, sometimes that's hard when it's zone coverage and you have to switch from corner back to just staying on the line of scrimmage and having the safeties left out there.
3rd and 10 for Warren. Dangle takes a snap. It's an outside pass to Stewart. Stewart has room and has blockers, but gets ripped down at the 46-yard line.
A great tackle there from Peyton Schultz, shedding off the block, spinning around and taking down Stewart.
Yeah, he just absolutely wrapped him up, brought him down. You know, what do they say? Tackle at the knees, tackle at the waist, or it's the knees, sorry. And that was an excellent example right there. Anything to get Stewart down. I mean, he's a big guy. Not height-wise, but weight.
Honestly, I'm liking the Schultz brothers dynamic out here, and I'm excited to see them play. They're both really aggressive players. We've said their names numerous times out here.
Yeah, it's not often you get to play with your brother. So
Wentink looking on the punt receive.
Wentink back to receive. Warren punter out there. It's a little to the left. It's a weak punt.
Yeah, we're going to let that drop.
It's going to let it roll to the 25-yard line. And well, I don't know if that was a little off the side of the foot or just an overall weak punt, but you don't see many strong punts in high school football.
That is their backup QB. They don't have a punter listed, so it might not be his strong suit.
All right, your Husky offense heading back onto the field. They already have a 7-0 lead, about a minute left in this first quarter. Quick shout out to our Hersey cheer and dance starting off the year.
Oh yeah, looking great out there, ladies.
Oh, yeah, I know Q-Tip's one with the ladies, so I'm sure he's going to go down to the field and compliment them themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know me, Mr. Ladies Man.
We saw one of the Hersey cheer members actually fall pretty hard early on.
Yeah, it was a bad fall before the game.
It was a bad fall, but they're looking pretty polished right now.
Oh yeah, looking great.
Gotta hand it to him. All right, 1st and 10. It's gonna be a handoff now, and he's free. That's not Jenkins? That's Riggs who gets tackled at the 21-yard line.
It's definitely Brandon Jenkins.
That's not Brandon Jenkins.
Riggs is number 7. Jenkins is number 2.
Oh, that was Jenkins.
That is 100% Brandon Jenkins.
It didn't look like Jenkins running off. They had 2 players go in, one for the block, one for the handoff. But Jenkins with a 38-yard gain and is going to take it now to the 22.
Yeah, it is a little confusing because you always see Riggs go for those motions so that he could get a running start because we see him as the long ball.
I swear to God, I thought Riggs had the ball. That's my apologies, folks. Another handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins looking for a hole and will get tackled at about the line of scrimmage by number 94. There is no 94.
84.
Michael Lingensfelser, the senior. That's an
He's
interesting
actually a captain for the Warren team.
You know, it's actually interesting. last week's game when we were looking at the St. Pat's roster sheet, they had a kid with a trademark in his name.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one. He had a trademark in his name.
We hope that's a typo, but if that isn't, then pretty impressive way to name
your kid. There were a bunch of other random characters, too.
Yeah,
it wasn't just a trademark.
He had a Euro. And
yeah, there was a Euro.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to start off at 2nd and 8 for your Huskies. All right, so an excellent start here by your Huskies. They're going to start in Warren territory now, and we're going to cut on over to us, too, in the press box. All right, Q-Tip. Strong start for the Huskies, unlike any other we've seen in recent weeks going into last season, and definitely in comparison to Week 1 last season against Warren. What's the game plan got to be for both sides?
Honestly, I like how the Huskies defense has been playing. We kind of put them down below where they were in our pregame show. We really didn't think they were going to be doing this good, and they're exceeding expectations by a mile. We saw Luke Casey with the interception. Brandon Jenkins had the touchdown. He ran in for a touchdown, a little 17-yard touchdown.
And just a recent 38-yard gain. I mean,
absolutely.
All pretty impressive right now by these Huskies.
And honestly, when I've been talking to the players, Luke Casey and Brandon Jenkins, they're like a dynamic duo. We see them out there as the two safeties, and they love to play with each other, and I think it's great that they're the two players that are putting in work for the Huskies this game.
And excellent decision-making by Narrat, by the way. Tons of RPOs, run-pass option plays being run right now, and we love to see it for the young quarterback. All right, we're going to take you back to the field now and get set with the second quarter. All right, at the Warren 20-yard line, your Huskies in the red zone. Narrat takes a snap, tosses it off to Jenkins. Jenkins looking to make some moves, but quickly gets tackled by the Warren defense. And it is now 3rd down.
You know, I don't know if the screen pass was the option there. If we saw Wilder and Riggs both had an outside run pass option. There's only one safety on him. Throw it to one of them two.
Yeah, Narrat was looking deep right there. He wanted to get into the end zone, and they sent numerous receivers deep, but in the end, a little pressure by that Warren D line and just flicked it off to Brandon Jenkins, who he kind of got stuffed. He didn't really have much movement there. All right, 3rd and 9, a loss of 1 on the last play. Let's see if they can convert or they're going to pull out their field goal squad. Narrat looking deep. Riggs. Oh.
You know, Riggs didn't look early enough. You know, it's hard as a receiver to know when the quarterback's going to be throwing it to you because you kind of have it known, like, on your route when you're looking for the ball. But he just looked late there. He needs to look earlier. He needs to know there's going to be pressure on the QB.
And I think Riggs was breaking out towards that back corner of the end zone, but Narrat threw it so he'd do a little cut back in.
Just a little miscommunication from the receiver and quarterback there. Let's see what the Huskies can do to come back from it. It's 4th and 9.
4th and 9, the Huskies going for it again on 4th down, unless it's going to be a hard start. But I believe they're actually going for it here. They're 0 for 1 so far on 4th down conversions. Wentink in motion. Narrat now looking to pass. He rolls out. Pass over the middle of Wentink, which is caught. And he reaches into the end zone for a Hersey touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. I haven't seen a signal yet from the refs, and it looks like the flag's going to be on Hersey. Maybe offensive pass interference.
The refs do put the ball down at the 1-yard line. They're not going to call him in the end zone.
Yeah, it might be offensive pass interference. I didn't really see anything, though.
No. It was definitely a blocking thing. Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
offensive pass interference against the Huskies.
Yeah, so I saw that little scrum between Brandon Jenkins and whoever was guarding him.
Yeah, those discipline plays, right? That could have been a touchdown there for the Huskies, but instead, they're backed up now after the offensive pass interference play. We'll see where they're going to spot the ball.
It is going to be a retry of 4th down, though.
Yeah, 4th and long now. But that was an excellent play, right? You know, Wentink putting him in motion, getting him separation from the
I don't really know why they're
backs.
calling that pass interference because that DB had no chance of getting that ball.
It had to be off ball. I wasn't And wow, I hear a
There
couple
we
claps
go.
here.
There we go. They're canceling the penalty, and they're going to give the Huskies back the ball.
Well, I mean,
There we go. Pass interference against Warren. That makes a lot more sense because I saw Brandon Jenkins fall, and I was really confused. I was like, how are the Huskies getting offensive pass interference when Jenkins is on the ground?
Was Wentink in though? Because I would have declined the call.
They're going to call it. No. They put the ball down on the 1 yard line. You see it there. They called his knee down.
All right, well, first and goal, my apologies, at the 1 yard line. The Huskies are threatening. You got to imagine they're going to go to Jenkins here and give him his second touchdown of the game.
Honestly, it's the obvious option. He only needs 2 yards. Even if he does get stuffed, I feel like either way, Jenkins always gets 2 yards.
Well, Huskies going to think it over.
They're coming back for an audible, maybe.
All right, first and goal for your Huskies. Jenkins to the right of Narant. And they're going to try to push it in, and I believe Narant is in the end zone for a Hersey touchdown.
A little tush push from Jake
Narant. High school tush push. You don't see it that often. Jake Narant gets his first Hersey touchdown as a varsity player.
Look at him. You see the joy on him. We can't see his face from here, but you can just tell he is absolutely excited.
And your Huskies are on fire, and the cheer team has spelled JHHS wrong. One fell down. One fell down and his flag is stuck. All right. And there was a jump right there by the Warren special teams. And I believe that's going to be offsides on Warren. So going to make this extra point attempt even closer. Jack Mao, the kicker, pretty impressive as a sophomore getting the start. I mean, he had to be right off the freshman team. He took Jack Foster's spot.
Absolutely, yeah. Jack Foster, a fellow media dispatch.
HTV Media, or Hersey Dispatch.
Fellow media, or...
All right, they're going to retry the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good for Mao. And your Huskies will take a 14-0 lead on Warren Township. With only 10:35 left in the second quarter, this couldn't be a better start for your Huskies.
I am flabbergasted.
Yeah, I am, they kind of wrote off the Huskies this year, right? They wrote them off. Prospects the #1 team in the MSL East, but if they can keep playing like this for the remainder of the season,
honestly,
it could be a big year.
I wrote off the Huskies. I had them at 5th in the MSL, and if they're playing like how they're playing in this first half, I'm going to need to move them to 1st.
I was talking with Nikhil Deverpali, actually, and I said, so what's the team looking like? He's like, this is the best team we've had these past 4 years.
I'm like,
there's no way.
No,
are you kidding me?
I don't know.
You've had Colton Gamino and Logan Farrell. I think my sophomore year, so the 2023-24 season, was the best I've seen these Huskies
freshman year for sure.
Oh, yeah, when they lost to Batavia.
I forget their names. Our running back, Nasir McKenzie.
Yes.
And our receivers were also just gritty. Number 8. Oh, what was his name, dude?
Carson Groves. He's currently playing at Northwestern. He's actually 3rd on the slot receiver depth chart there. So he could get a couple snaps this year. And Nasir McKenzie playing for Concordia St. Paul up in Minnesota. All right, Olaf Jederick stepping back for his second kick. And that's a big kick. It's going to be returned by Yancey, and Yancey has some room, but he's going to be, and then the ball is loose, and the Huskies have jumped on the ball. It's a turnover, and your Huskies have excellent field position now at the 20-yard line.
Zell Walton picking up the ball there, and on the tackle was number 32, Parker Flaherty.
And the Husky crowd has silenced a little bit. I believe that they were going to say that
they're calling him down before the fumble, but there's no chance.
Yeah.
Flaherty rips the ball out. Welton jumps on, but they're not going to let it slide.
Yancey with the Yancey, that's his second time returning a kick now, and his second mistake. I mean, he ran right into a group of Huskies first time. This time fumbles the ball, but at least he was down beforehand.
I mean, that was a great tackle from Flaherty. He really stripped the arms out. You see, excuse me, what was his name, Minzy? Yancey just...
And there goes Stewart. A powerful run up the middle, and he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. And that's that Stewart run that we've been looking for, right? You know, the big, just powerful, puts his head down, plows through the defensive line. But fortunately, they're able to tackle him right before the first down marker. 2nd and 1.
Parker Flaherty, the one who stripped the ball there, but they're not going to call it a strip. They might just give him a tackle. He only had 1 tackle for Varsity last year. He was a sophomore. He's a junior this year, and we see his potential really skyrocketing.
2nd and 1. Another handoff to Stewart. Stewart going to the outside, moving around the Husky defense. He's still up. He plows over number 5, Oliver Cohen, and will be tackled.
That was an explosive run.
So explosive.
He got through like 4 Huskies and absolutely trucked Cohen.
Dipped the shoulder. Just, I mean, not only Cohen. There was about 2 other Huskies who just got rammed.
It looked like he didn't even like try to dip his shoulder. Like he literally just runs through them. That's what it looks like out there.
All right, a lot of movement by the Hersey defense here as we have 1st and 10 now on the 33. Pitch now to Stewart, who quickly gets tackled. I thought he dropped the ball for a second, but...
Yeah, it looked like he tripped or something. I don't know where he fell there.
The O-line. But another pitch play back to Stewart, and that's the 3rd carry by Stewart on this drive.
There's a late flag. Late flag on the play.
Might be something about the Hersey substitution. There was a lot of moving parts right there. See what they say, or maybe there was some chit chat on the line of scrimmage.
Warren's moving backwards. This is a good sign. Okay, never mind.
No, they're moving the ball forward, so we're not sure what the call was. We're gonna wait for our PA announcer to take us off.
15 yards though.
15 yards. It's a personal foul against the Huskies.
I guess that's just what, blabbermouthing?
Yeah, blabbermouthing. That's a new word. Add it to Q-Tip's vocabulary. So still in the Hersey side of the field, but they're at the 49, 1st and 10 off the personal foul flag, a 15-yard gain. And they got a weird formation, I formation right here. Snap to Dangle, handoff to Stewart. Stewart has blockers. He powers through the offensive line, and will get tackled after a 5-yard gain.
Honestly, it's so impressive how he just shrugs people off. He just acts like they're not there.
And it's really, well, actually, the blocking has been kind of disappointing for Warren right now. I mean, that was the main problem last year. He had a really strong offensive line and really strong blocking. And I said in the pregame show today that the offensive line for Warren was pretty impressive with Jordan Ellis, a senior at 6'5", 280 pounds, who's committed to North Dakota, along with Vic Drake, the offensive lineman, who's a senior 6 foot, 285 pounds, and who's receiving D3 offers right now, but haven't been impressed. Dangle with another handoff to Stewart, who will get tackled again at the with a little short gain, 4-yard gain there. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 42-yard line.
I think it makes sense to just go for a run again.
Yeah, that's where the Huskies are going to struggle. Honestly, if I'm Warren, I wouldn't even pass. I mean, if he's getting 5-yard gains every time.
Don't fix what ain't broke, Ryan. Don't fix what ain't broke.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. Definitely didn't mess that up.
You're like Michael Scott from The Office, says everything backwards.
Hey, you knew what I was going for.
All right, another pitch now to Stewart, who hops over an offensive lineman for the Huskies and will get the 1st down and tackled. He hopped over Bernard. Bernard is a big boy. He's not easy to hop. I probably couldn't hop over him. I know you can't, Q-Tip. And and so a nice gain there by Stewart.
Why am I catching straight?
My bad. And there's going to be a timeout. So we're going to take a little break here. 1st and 10 at the 34. And Warren is threatening. please feel free to follow the Hersey Dispatch on our social media and drop a little subscription to our YouTube page. We love to post. In fact, we just released a pregame post today. So on TikTok, you can follow us at Hersey Dispatch, and also the same as Instagram. And we thank you for joining us tonight. It's a little chilly. It's a little chilly, sorry. Q-Tip was sending me a text, or showing me a text.
My family is ecstatic that I said tush push.
Well, apparently Q-Tip's getting canceled. So I want to do a couple shout-outs.
I feel like I haven't said anything offensive this time.
I want to do a couple shout-outs. I got asked to do a couple shout-outs.
A couple shout-outs, eh?
So first we're going to shout out our crew today. Emily Durkin as our producer. Owen Hania on our camera, and Will Ritchie on our other camera. I'll continue our shout-outs, but we got to get back to the play now. 1st and 10. 33. Another handoff to Stewart. They haven't passed once, and Stewart powering through the Hersey defense. He's still up, but will get tackled at the 15-yard line. And if you're the Hersey defense, you just cannot be letting those runs happen.
I honestly don't know how he kept going. Number 34 was on him the entire run. He literally carried Tillman Mulder on his back, and Tillman Mulder is a beast.
Yeah, Stewart, he's waking up. He's waking up in the second quarter. Hopefully the gap is big enough that the Huskies can hang on and they can keep their scoring pace. But Stewart, you're getting to see a legend in the making here. All right, let's see if they're going to pass here. Dangle, another handoff to Stewart. He's just powering it up the middle. And that's a short gain there for Stewart and the Blue Devils.
Honestly, it looks like the Huskies just are losing their tempo. None of them are looking great out there, and I don't know what's going on for them.
Yeah, I was watching some film, Q-Tip. I was watching some film before this. Warren runs a lot of power. They run a lot of power with Stewart, and the Huskies, they obviously have the film. They know how to stop it, and it's an advantage that they got to see him play last year and have that film. But a lot of power plays, a lot of power runs for Stewart. All right, 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line. Warren is in the red zone. He's taking the snap, handed off to Stewart, but there's a flag.
I honestly think that was on the Huskies for a jump in there.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be on the Huskies, but we'll see. We'll see here.
No! It's on the Blue Devils.
Yes. Illegal procedure by the Warren Blue Devils, and they're going to be backed up. It's now 2nd and 12. So if we can hold up the run here, make it about 3rd and 7, hold up the run again. They're probably going to go for it on 4th down, but you got to hope that
they might go for a passing play here. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Dangle's not tested out that arm. He did throw that interception, so maybe they're a little hesitant.
Although it looks like they're setting up for another run.
Another pitch back to Stewart, and this time he finds a hole, but will be tackled back at the 10. So it's about 3rd and I want to say 5 or 6, maybe 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Maybe 6 or 7. And they're real close. Warren's real close to punching this one in. 3rd and 6 at the 10-yard line. You got to imagine they're going for it on 4th. Another pitch back to Stewart. This time he gets swarmed up pretty early by the Hersey offense. I believe the linebacker got in. I don't know if that was Shayton Georgakakis.
Honestly,
or maybe Tillman Mulder.
I liked how Stewart just he was getting a tackle there and then he just jumped. I think that's always a good strategy. I think most running backs should try to do that. If you feel someone on you and you think you're going to go down, jump. Get that extra 2 yards that you might need to get the first.
4th and 2, an important play here. Can the Huskies force a turnover? Or will Warren punch it in for a touchdown or maybe get the first down? We'll see here. These Huskies are getting loud. Your Orange Crush is getting loud. It's another handoff to Stewart, who powers through, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow, just the power on that run. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that happening all day long. I was not very confident in the Huskies
there was just a big hole in that defensive line, offensive line created that hole.
I don't know what happened for Stewart here. I feel like in the first quarter he was not moving like this. He's a different beast this
shot
quarter.
through the B gap and
different beast, but
zone.
the same animal.
Oh my God. Is that a saying?
Shout out Kobe Bryant.
I've never heard that saying before.
Kobe Bryant and Kanye.
This is weird here. I believe they're going for 2. In the backfield is number 11, Simon Castillo, who takes the snap directly, and is he sure? No, he's in for the 2-point conversion. That was weird.
Shot he was in.
Yeah, he must have extended the hands into the end zone. That was strange. You had 2 Warren players in the backfield. I believe that was Terrence Lyons and Simon Castillo. And Simon Castillo took the direct snap, punched in. You know, I saw the New York Giants do that with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, but no shot. That guy, like, he was stopped. The Huskies had him stopped. I'm honestly, I'm low-key mad about that.
I do believe that they did that last year against us. I don't really remember. I've seen that play before in one of the games that I've called. But anyway, 2-point conversion, a little cherry on top of that Stewart touchdown.
And
Let's
honestly,
see how the Huskies respond.
It was good clock management. They had the whole quarters, and there's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left for the Huskies for a whole.
What are you?
I forget what the word was called. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I was kind of half paying attention to you.
Whole, like, dude, when they go down the field and they need 4 downs every time. I can't believe I forgot the word.
A drive?
Yeah, a whole drive.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was kind of embarrassing. They've only got 4 minutes and 30 seconds for a whole field drive. We see both the Schultz brothers in the backfield and Zell Walton.
All right, back to kick now is number 26, Adam Bensky. What did Warren just do? They did a little, I think it's like the Macarena or something. I don't know what that was. Kick received by number 11, Peyton Schultz, who will get tackled at the 30-yard line. And I don't know if the ball spurted loose there, too.
He was down before, it looks like.
Yeah, I just saw a Warren player fly across the field and jump into the pile. So Peyton Schultz, another nice return, the senior.
I don't know that we saw much of Schultz last year. He's kind of stepped out of his box this year.
Yeah, Peyton Schultz and Austin Schultz. We saw neither one of them.
I do know that freshman year, I don't believe they went to Hersey.
I'm not sure about. Well, actually, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. All right, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Narot and Jenkins in the backfield. A fake handoff, pass over the middle to Wilder, who will get tackled at the 45-yard line. And another RPO right there. Fake handoff, pass it over the middle to Wilder, a set play.
Honestly, I'm loving how Jake Narot is looking out there. I know I talk a big game for Jake Narot because he had one play last season and it was an interception, and he is looking like a stud out there, Jake Narot.
I want to give a quick shout out to our Orange Crush, led by Will Corley, Mateus Almeo, Ethan Yee, and amongst various
many more.
Many more. We have a lot this year. They're doing an excellent job tonight. Narot, quick outside pass to Jenkins. A flag is thrown, and Jenkins will be tackled at the 46-yard line. So a short gain. You know, I see Jenkins do a lot of these like stutter steps, trying to get on the defenseman, but he's not really going anywhere with them, I feel like.
No, and I feel like that might be illegal blocking for the Huskies here.
Yeah, we'll see what this flag is on. All right, so still no word on the call. How about we get some scores from around the league? Prospect beating Stevenson 14-7. That was one of our key games this week.
I think. Did we have both? We both had Prospect.
You had
winning?
Prospect, I had Stevenson.
I had Prospect. I know I had Prospect.
Stevenson in the same conference as Warren, so this will be a pretty good indicator of what Hersey season's going to look like. I mean, Stevenson beat Warren last year.
I know in the pregame show you did claim that Warren and Stevenson are in the harder conference.
Yeah, the North Suburban Conference, and I'm interested to see how this match is going to turn out, just so we could get a better sense of Prospect. I hear tons of things about how they're going to be incredible, but they also rode off Hersey this year, and right now we have a 14-8 lead, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know what happened there. It looks like the penalty's actually going back
on the
to
Huskies.
the Huskies.
1st and 20. Narot looking to pass. It's a deep pass now to to Casey, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. And a nice pass right there. And a long gain. I'm not sure on the number right there, but it's about a 50-yard gain for your Huskies, and they're threatening Warren once again.
Dude, I'm so happy to see Luke Casey out there.
Luke
He's
Casey,
one of my favorite players on this team. He's so fun to do media with.
AP U.S. History partner last year.
Me, Ryan, Luke Casey, and Seamus O'Sullivan. That was the squad in AP U.S. History last year. Luke Casey is so fun, guys. Wow, it's great to see him catch that.
Making big plays on the field. And unbelievable right now what this Husky offense is doing. Jake Narrat playing unbelievable.
Luke Casey last season had 6 receptions, 117 yards, 19.5 average.
Another pass right here. Narrat over the middle to Wentic, and it's almost intercepted.
How is that not pass interference? No chance Wentic could catch that.
I didn't see any pushing or anything. They both jumped up for the ball. It went off the fingertips of the Warren player and almost into the hands of Wentic. But a pretty decent pass, I would say.
Honestly,
there's not much you could do in that scenario.
For a pressure pass from Narod, he had guys going at his face, and he had to throw it there, and he kind of placed it perfectly. That was the only spot where Wentic could reach it.
Maybe only a little bit more in front of Wentic there, just so he can extend his hands. But, I mean, that's where receivers got to show hands, right? And that's where the hands were. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 20. You got to imagine if, we get to a 4th and 10 situation, we'd bring out the field goal team for once. But maybe it's saying something that we haven't seen him come out there, especially when we converted on that 4th down. A handoff now to Jenkins. He has room over the middle, powers through the defenders and into the end zone for a Hersey touchdown.
I know I said this last season, and I'll say it again this season. You cannot take Jenkins down. He stays up through eight defenders right there and pushes through for another 15-yard touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown.
Excuse me.
For Brandon Jenkins, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and your Huskies are on fire.
Jenkins padding up the stats already in the first game. Same with Casey, dude.
Same with Casey and Jake Narrat.
Wow.
The Hersey offense is buzzing so far. We hope they can keep this momentum
and
through
honestly,
the second half.
I've been liking how Jackson Wilder's been playing out there too.
There is not a single player on this Husky offense who I could critique. Even the offensive line, giving tons of time for Jake Narrat and clearing those gaps for Brandon Jenkins.
Looks like it's just 1st and goal.
So they're going to go for the 2, but there's a whistle.
Oh, I don't know why I said 1st and goal. I was oblivious.
Yeah, you scared me for a second. I thought it wasn't a touchdown.
I was not paying attention.
So 4 plays, 80 yards for your Huskies. I mean, when was the last time we've done that?
I don't know, man. And that was also only 2 minutes long. I remember how I said that there was 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and now there's 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
I mean, meanwhile, Warren, about 15 plays, and maybe same distance, 80 yards, or maybe 70 yards. But, I mean.
And 8 minutes.
That play right there, that pass to Casey, I like to call that the Tom Nelson special, right?
The Tom Nelson special.
They sent 2 guys short,
we
just
used to do that with
Casey,
Carson Grove.
It would happen
almost every play.
Every time. And that's just another example. I love to see it continue on. And it's what Tom Nelson's done with this team has just been amazing. I mean, the Huskies, I was saying on the pregame show that they used to lose to Wheeling regularly, right? And now we've become this powerhouse team, not only in the MSL, but throughout the state.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm excited to see Jay. Oh, dude, I'm so happy right now. The Huskies are playing great.
Shout out these Hersey uniforms. It's the 3rd year now that they've worn them, and I love these browns.
Yeah, honestly, the brown and orange, we get a lot of shade for the brown and oranges, but they're looking great out there.
All right, 2-point conversion attempt now. Riggs in motion. Narrat's going to pass, and Jenkins is wide open, and the Huskies convert. And it's 22-8, so they match the 2-point conversion by Warren. And another excellent pass by Narrat. I mean, this Husky offense is just clicking.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great to see him out there. Jenkins on the reception that time. It looked like he was going to block, and then he ditched the block and was open in the corner.
So 2:46, a little 2-minute drill action now by Warren.
Let's see what their hurry-up offense can do.
All right, I'm going to go back to my shout-outs, right? I
Okay,
believe I
yeah,
had a
the
couple
shout-outs.
So I was told to shout out Indiana University football, and Kyle Toronto watching all the way from
Really?
Indiana Bloomington. What? Emily Durkin, our producer, is telling me to shout out Mrs. Durkin.
Mrs. Durkin
Like-
has been throwing shade on my name recently,
What?
Mrs. Durkin. I don't appreciate it. We can stop throwing shade on Q-Tip, Mrs. Durkin.
All right. Shout out friends and family of mine watching back at home. And Q-Tip,
Absolutely.
any
Shout
shout-outs
out
for you?
fam, shout out cousins, shout out who's ever watching. I mean, we're having a great time.
We're having a blast up here, and an unbelievable start for your Huskies. You know, this game could say something about next week's game, which I would argue is even bigger against Barrington.
Shout out Nico Zayabaris, a Husky player from last season.
But keep the text rolling in, guys. We'll try to get all of you by the end of the broadcast. All right, Jederick back to kick. And another boot going to be returned. Oh, off of the face of number 4, Demary Thomas Duncan, the defensive back.
Wow, the ref just called that a touchback when it hit his face.
It's not a, it's in the end zone. So
Yeah.
I don't know why Warren is still trying to return these kicks.
Yeah, they're
Why
having
they
no
roll
luck.
out to the
They're
back of
having
the
no
end
luck.
zone. Yeah, it's they changed the receiver. Originally it was Yancey. Now it's Thomas Duncan, the junior. So a pretty crucial mistake, but honestly maybe it was for the better because he was about to take that out from the back of the end zone. Yo, Q-Tip, you want to get some Kona ice after this?
Sure, bro.
All right. That
Can we do like Lady in the Tramp or no?
No, no. But I'm going to pretend you never said that. All right, Dingle. Hand off to Stewart, who has a ton of room. Gets dragged down from behind, but stays on his feet and will be tackled by Shaden Georgakis. So a 20-yard gain for Stewart and a powerful run to start off here, to start off the drive. I want to shout out some of our dispatch legends. Thomas Molders, Xana Lasoda, Johnny Fahey, Nick Alquist. We miss you guys.
RCB.
We miss you guys.
Shout out RCB.
RCB, I'm so sorry. RCB, I know you're watching at home. I know you're real excited and upset about the pregame show.
He was upset about the pregame
He
show?
was upset that we're doing it this year, you know, because
Oh,
it
because he
didn't really
wanted
work
to?
for him
Yeah.
that 1 year. All right, a handoff now to Stewart again. Finds room on the outside again. Avoids 2 tackles, one by Cohen and one by Jenkins. And a 9-yard gain. It's going to be second and 2 now. Just shout out to my friends at BJW Hockey. I was told to shout out Johnny Gata.
Johnny Gata.
Watch a previous Hersey football player watching from University of Iowa, I believe. Handoff to Stewart again. Oh my God. Plows over number 8, Ben Martin, the linebacker. Wow. I mean, just like.
Just
or no, that
explosive.
was Ryan Sather, actually. Again, just that's what Stewart could do. He could just plow through the Hersey defense. Not much you could, but again, holding him up right there, honestly, by making that big hit, it kind of stopped his momentum, and the Husky defenders were able to get around him and make the tackle. So 1st and 10 now. They pick up the first down on the play. Another handoff to Stewart. Switch it up. And another 8-yard gain. So about 8 yards per carry right now for Stewart. And this
Almost more. He's had some explosive runs like that 21-yard one we just saw, and he seems to get a lot of first downs.
Yeah.
He's looking great.
Warren's going to take the timeout. Maybe their offensive coordinator is going to switch it up.
I don't remember the last time they threw a pass, to be honest with you. I remember they had that one long shot, but it was just an overthrow by a mile. The Huskies are looking way better than the Blue Devils out there tonight.
Yeah, in every other aspect other than the run game. But Jenkins, not that Jenkins doing a bad job. This is the best I've seen him look in a long time. But just no one can match Stewart.
You're saying, yeah, I understand what you're saying. No one can match Stewart, but Jenkins has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
Stewart has one.
I'm not knocking Stewart. I'm not knocking Jenkins at any point, but Jenkins hasn't really bulldozed anyone. He hasn't really pancaked, postered.
Jenkins isn't as big as Stewart.
Yes,
Jenkins more speed. He's more shifty. People can't
I
tackle
would
him
argue
at his
Stewart's
legs.
shifty. You saw him. He sidestepped all the way to the whatever.
Stewart is extremely explosive, though. I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, Stewart's explosive, shifty, small height-wise, but minute 13 left, 2nd and 2. Warren in Hersey territory. And the Huskies are just hoping to get through the end of this half without giving up another score. This might be a battle of 2-point conversions.
We might. We'll see what will happen here.
All right, Dangle takes the snap. Deep pass now. And it's going to be tipped and caught, but caught out of bounds. So a tip right there.
It's Peyton Schultz on the tip. A great strap from Schultz. You see him doing the seatbelt motion.
Yeah.
Strapped in.
Yeah, I had no contact there. There's no reason why that would ever be a pass interference.
No.
Yancey was the target. They just had a backup quarterback come off the field. You think he was running like wide receiver or something for a play? He's only listed Xavier Vincent.
Well, I actually think he threw that ball. I don't think we were paying attention there.
No, it was 18. It was 18.
But he just ran back onto the field,
maybe.
so I wonder.
There is a giant praying mantis in our broadcast booth right now, and Q-Chip just flicked it onto the poor person's brain. Stewart breaks free and is into the end zone. Sorry, we're distracted by the praying mantis, and we missed the incredible 40-yard run by Aaron Stewart, and he dunks on the field goal post. An amazing run right there. Again, just powering through the Hersey defense. Warren touchdown.
Yeah, that's not looking great for the Huskies. The run defense really needs to be worked on, and I feel like that's something we've been saying for the past 3 years. The Huskies' run defense has never been static. They're running the same play here as last time.
Same play. The Huskies got to read it this time. But now they shift. They shift their defensive line and defense. And it looks like they go to the extra point.
I wonder if
so
they're going to fake it.
Terrence Adam Bensky with the kick. High snap, but he's going to take it this time. He couldn't put it down. It's a toss and a way overthrown. So a high snap to Salmon Castillo that Hersey special teams cut through. He had no other option in the pass. We saw that 3 years ago against Prospect. Remember that?
Honestly, though, that was a crazy audible. I don't see that working that often.
I don't think that was a set play.
That was like audible and then straight into a bunch of confusion. They don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, the refs are talking it over. The refs are talking it over. But I believe it's just going to go back to a kickoff.
We'll see what happens here. The refs in a bit of confusion as well.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a kickoff here. So 57 seconds, or 58 seconds left. 22-14, your Huskies are in the lead. And they're going to be returning, hopefully, a little 1-minute drill here, see what can happen.
I mean, they just got to go for another long ball. Luke Casey, Josh Riggs, they got fast receivers out there, but can they make it happen?
Yeah, we got Austin Schultz back there, Brandon Jenkins, Zell Walton. All right, Bensky back to kick. Warren does their little horns up action. I don't know what that is all about. The kick is going to fall right to Jenkins, who's going to return it. He's at the Warren 30, runs right into a defender. He has some room and will get tackled at the 40. So I don't know what Jenkins was really looking for there. He ran right into a Husky blocking. He had tons of room on the left side. I don't know, maybe trying to throw off that Warren defense.
He thought the blocker was going to really just throw the guy down, and he didn't. The blocker got stuffed, so then Jenkins got stuffed.
All right, 1st and 10 at the Husky 42. 50 seconds left in the first half of this contest. Let's see if the Huskies can make another 4-play, what was it, 60-yard drive. It can happen.
But it wasn't in a minute last time. It was about 2 minutes. So they've got to shorten the time that they do it in. It's going to be a big hurry-up offense.
In motion, Nara looking to pass over the middle to Riggs, who gets hit hard. And it's completed. Wow, I thought he dropped that. He got hit hard and straight to the back of the head.
Tucked in. He tucked in that ball and put it to sleep, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, you see Mao warming up on the sideline. Narot stepping back to pass again. He scrambles now. Pass to Riggs, who slips on the turf. You know, we need to get new turf.
You know, Josh Riggs and Jake Narot are the same age. Maybe they got a little dynamic duo there.
A little connection.
They got 99 Ken.
What?
Like you're playing Madden or FIFA?
Okay. I don't play Madden.
That's your problem there.
You know, Narot's not really known for scrambling, but that was an excellent way to maneuver around the pocket there, avoid the defenders looking to sack him.
I mean, he's still got another year to develop. We might see him gain some more speed.
Yeah, next year. I mean, I was a little shocked, right? I saw that he was getting offers from school like Toledo, Purdue.
And he only had one play on varsity last year, and it was an interception.
I know. I was a little shocked, but he's living up to the expectations now.
Absolutely.
All right, there's going to be a flag through the deep set play, trying to look for Wentek. A little bit of an overthrow anyway, but it looks like the flag's going to be on Warren.
Wonder if they're going to give us time back on the clock for that or not.
Yeah, it was before. Was it before the snap?
I couldn't tell. He kind of threw it just at the snap is what it looks like to me.
So offsides against Warren. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup here for the Huskies. So it's going to be 2nd now and 5.
They're not going to give us the time back.
Or no, sorry. Is it on the Huskies? No, I don't know where this ref's going. He's walking all over the place. He's going the wrong way.
We hear one of the dads yelling he's going the wrong way.
Which he was. At the 39-yard line, 2nd and 5. You think we got a pass or a run here?
It's got to be a pass. I mean, I don't think running is the play. They've only got 30 seconds on the clock. But they've got no receivers lined up unless they're going to slot. They are.
Narot looking to pass now. Under pressure, overthrow to Riggs, and that seemed like a panic pass right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's his rookie season. It's his rookie game. And he's playing great out there, but sometimes you get a little panicked. He knows how much time is on the clock, and he just wants to throw the ball.
Well, this Warren D-line is really bringing the pressure right here. All right, 3rd and 5, Huskies at the Warren 39. It's a bit long for a high school field goal. I really don't know the range of Jack Bau's leg.
We need to get at least one play, and the Huskies need to call a timeout if they want any more points in this half.
2 timeouts left for the Huskies. So, you know.
It's doable.
You got plenty of time, too. You got 27 seconds. I would say if there's, like, I don't know, 15 seconds left, it's a different scenario. Narot taking the snap, pass to Wilder, who's going to get out of bounds for a nice gain there of about 4 yards. So it's going to be 4th down and 1.
You know, 1st down stops the clock, and so does running out of bounds. And I think Wilder was trying to do both there, but he couldn't step.
I think if I'm Wilder, you just one more step.
Yeah, but if he gets taken down and it's not a 1st down, you know, the clock's still running.
You got 2 timeouts. You know, it wouldn't be.
True, Dad.
Or a little hurry-up offense.
Yeah, but in a hurry-up offense, you run the same play every time. So it is
well, honestly, those short little passes could work every time. Though that's the first target that Wilder had in a long time. All right, Narot with the handoff to Jenkins. A little bit of a risky play with this amount of time left. But with 17 seconds, the Huskies are going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 1st down, though. So 1st and 10.
Oh, dude, this is risky. 17 seconds. What do you think the play is here?
I think we go a short pass over the middle, reception at about the 10-yard line, call a timeout, and then just go for it after that. If it's an incomplete pass, it stops the clock. Narot takes the snap, pass outside to Wilder, who's going to quickly get out of bounds. So another nice gain there of about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring in the kicking team here, but it's going to be a slanted kick that was not in the middle of the field like you thought it was going to be, and we'll see what happens.
5.2 seconds left.
They're not bringing in the kicking team.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Narot's
you just
staying out there.
Look for the end zone. again, I think this is a little. They're on the 33-yard line. This is pretty much. It's a pretty long kick. Or sorry, no, they're on the 26-yard line. But it's a pretty long kick.
Hey, maybe they give Olaf a chance.
I don't know.
I don't think playing the ball here is the play. I think they need to take the kick, and I think Coach Kuhn, our special teams coach, he looks a little frustrated out there.
All right, Narod under pressure, rolling out of pressure, stepping back. He's at the 40. He launches it deep. Back is Wentic, but it was nowhere near the Husky receiver. All right, so that's going to wrap up your first half. Your Huskies taking a 22-14 lead into the locker room. All right. All right, we're going to cut on over us in the studio now. Q-Tip, excellent start here by this Huskies. 8-point game right now. It's still anyone's game. What do the Huskies need to do to stop this Warren run?
Honestly, I don't think they necessarily need to stop anything. The way they're playing right now, if they keep going touchdown for touchdown, the Huskies are looking way more in a prominent position than the Blue Devils.
All right, quickly, we're going to give you some scores around the league. Still 14-7 in the Prospect-Stevenson game. Prospect has the lead. And in Elk Grove, Maine West, it is 14-12. And we play Maine West in week 3 and Elk Grove during our homecoming. So that's another game to watch. All right, we thank you for joining us for this first half. We'll be back with the second half. All right, welcome back to tonight's matchup, Hersey versus Warren. We're going to enter into the second half now. Your Huskies have a 22-14 lead. Q-Tip, what have you seen tonight that's impressed you?
Honestly, Jake Norrott is slinging the ball. I'm telling you, he's looking like a cowboy out there, absolutely slinging. 1, 2, Jake Norrott out there. You know, he's got a couple touchdowns. We've seen Brandon Jenkins on offense absolutely pop off. Luke Casey with what was that, a 50-yard catch?
Crazy.
Luke Casey also had an interception that changed the tide of the game. The Huskies are absolutely blowing me away out there. I'm loving the way they're playing.
Yeah, but I was just commenting, this game feels like the Huskies have a much bigger lead than they actually do. They're only a Warren touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from this being a tied game, and Warren's starting with the ball. So let's see what happens here. We're now going to take you to the field for some second half action as the teams finish warming up. All right, so as the teams finish warming up, it's a little chilly.
I'm shivering. I'm starting to shiver.
I just got Kona ice, which is a bad idea because I thought it was warmer than I actually thought. Let me get a check on the current temperature right now. It's about 64, so it shouldn't be that cold, but I'm shivering a little bit. I hope my teeth don't start chattering or else it's going to be a long second half in the broadcast.
We see the Huskies coming onto the field now. They're all looking hype, as they should be. They're playing a great game today.
Yeah, win or lose, unless, of course, we should obviously win. I'd be disappointed if we don't, but win or lose, assuming we don't fall apart in the second half, which is absolutely possible, I think the Huskies have played a really good game, and it's really exceeded expectations.
I think a lot of it is going to depend on how Aaron Stewart's playing out there. It seems like he's been all of the Warren offense.
Yeah, Aaron Stewart and that Warren offensive line really will determine the rest of this game. I mean, the defense, Hersey's found a way to manipulate it, right? So we'll see what happens here.
Obviously, I can't be 100%, but I believe they only had, 3 completions actually with passing in the first half for Warren, versus the Huskies are just moving around the field with everything they've got.
All right, a little hold up here. We're almost set for kickoff. Time is ticking down on the warm-up clock here. Shout out Hersey Band with a nice performance early on. I caught the tail end of it.
Oh, yeah, the band was looking great out there. They actually started laying down in an S, and me and Durkin were talking about it. It was kind of weird.
I missed that part.
It was fire, Durkin says. It was so fire.
Well, I will have 4 more chances to view them. Really good performances by our dance team as well. All right, Olaf Jedrick back to kickoff. Aye, Captain. The Orange Crush goes. And your second half is underway. Back to receive now is Yancey, who drops the ball again, but has room and will get tackled.
Parker Flaherty, his second tackle there. We saw him with the strip earlier that they didn't count as a strip, but I still think it was a strip. I'm a little salty about that if you can't tell.
Yeah, excellent start on special teams.
Excuse me?
Excellent start for him on special teams.
Absolutely. He's playing great this first game, Parker Flaherty.
Yeah, Yancey, it's his second drop now on the kick return, so he's got to figure out his game here. I feel like that Hersey's definitely been winning in the special teams category.
Absolutely. Kuhn must be proud out there. Kuhn's the one who sends me all the stats and everything. Shout out Coach Kuhn. I hope his family's watching. He always says that his wife loves to listen to Q-Tip, so shout out Mr. Kuhn's wife.
Hand off to Stewart, who's maneuvering around the Hersey defense, and another powerful run. That's a pickup of about 7 or 8 yards, and he's still up. But they're going to say that his forward his momentum stopped, and that's going to be another pickup of 8 yards. Just constant 8-yard runs off of first down. And again, just the Huskies have to figure out a way to stop this, or else Warren can come back and can take the lead.
Honestly, do you remember that blitz play we had? I really like that. I want to see them go back to another blitz where they bring both the safeties up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was, when they really loaded up the line of scrimmage. That was nice. Well, it looked like it could be a little blitz here by the linebackers. Has another handoff to Stewart. This time he finds a hole, and he'll be tackled for the first down. It is just unbelievable what he does. A 10-yard gain. Luke Casey with the tackle.
We need to figure out a way to stop Aaron Stewart.
The Orange Crush getting hype here. I haven't really heard the Warden student section. You can see him, but there's a lot of
I
them,
like how at our prospect rivalries, there's a lot of back and forth from the student section, and it's electric out there.
Yeah, and prospects coming here, so join us, I believe, week 8 for the Prospect Hersey rivalry. There's a flag right off the handoff.
That's definitely on Warren. We can see the quarterback there. He's not happy. Looks like it's going to be either offsides or false start.
So 1st and 15 now, and Warren 38. And you cannot do that. In fact,
No, you cannot.
Orange Crush is instructing the crowd.
Did you know most penalties you cannot do?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
you'll get penalized for them.
Yeah. Sometimes they even throw a flag if there's a penalty.
This Hersey crowd is really filtered out, especially after the band finished.
You think so? You think it's fizzling out?
Not,
a lot of the band
not the Orange
parents.
Crush, not the Orange Crush, but the
yeah, in the parent section, a lot of them are gone.
All right, 1st and 15. Dangle now with a pass finally, which is going to go outside to Castillo, who breaks free from
looks
the
like
cornerback and is going to get a nice little gain there.
He just juked out Oliver Cohen there.
So a big gain, a gain of about 30 yards for Castillo, and now Warren is threatening. I mean, again, just those are the things you could pass up. They're clearly weak with the pass offense, and you can't be giving up 30-yard gains on a little 5-yard or 3-yard pass.
Yeah, that should have been just a shovel pass and absolutely stuffed by Oliver Cohen there, but he's not able to. He gets juked out, and that's what happens. It's football.
All right, well, you got to imagine they're going to run Stewart all the way in. It would be nice if the Huskies could force a fumble here. Dangle takes the snap, another handoff to Stewart, and will get tackled and tripped up by, I Bernard
Ben Martin
and
also. Ben Martin happy about that one.
Second and 8 now, a nice little gain of 2 there by Stewart. One of his lesser yardage, one of his lesser runs.
Yeah, I don't know what the proper verbiage is there.
Weaker runs. That's what I'm looking for.
I like lesser yardage.
Lesser yardage? You just make up sentences that don't exist.
Whoa. Some of my made-up sentences are fire.
What was the one that you said last time? Handoff to Stewart, who tries to power through the Hersey defense, but a nice tackle right there. With only a 3-yard gain picked up, the tackle, I believe, was Tyler Wentick and assisted by Brandon Jenkins. So 3rd and 5. And this would be big here if they could hold him, maybe get a little loss of yardage, and now all of a sudden they have a long 4th down. I'd have to imagine they're going to go for it.
Well, they took 2 of their receivers off the field, and it looks like they're bringing in more linemen. This is definitely going to be a run play.
Absolutely a run.
If I've ever smelt one before.
I would honestly just blitz everybody. You're going to.
Yeah, I think they need to bring the safeties back up for this one. Just leave the DBs on man coverage.
All right. 7 on the line. Handoff now. Stewart's gonna take the outside, but it gets wrapped up.
That's Josh Riggs.
Josh Riggs with an excellent tackle there.
Stewart almost lost the ball there. Josh Riggs had a great little pull on his arm.
So it's gonna be about 4th and inches now for your Huskies. Drew Frankus, another assist on the tackle. This is a huge play in this game. If we could hold him here and come back down the field, score a touchdown, I'm not going to say it's over, but that would be nice.
It would be game-changing. Although they gave him the first down there, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have called it a first down, but I'm sort of a biased ref.
Well, 1st and 10. Looks like the Huskies are going to blitz here. A pitch back to Stewart, who, wow, just powers through the line. And Stewart has all this room, and he's going to take it in for another Warren touchdown. Stewart, his 2nd touchdown now of the game, a 25-yard touchdown run. And I knew that was going bad from the start.
Dude, I'm not even a Husky. I'm a Husky, but I'm not a football player, and I'm frustrated about that one.
Yeah.
Like, it's Stewart's their whole team,
They
dude.
expected the run up the middle. They all flooded the middle, and he just stepped to the outside, and there was no one to even stop him.
And that's great from their O-line, too. I know I just said Stewart's their whole team, but their O-line's putting in work. They're giving him gaps.
Yeah, and they looked weak at the beginning of the game, too. So we're going to see if they're going to go for that 2-point conversion again. I'm surprised they don't just try to run Stewart in for the 2-point. I mean, clearly he's picking up big gains every single time.
I think he could get it extremely consistent. Although, like I said at the before we start the game, are they going to run him out too much? Are they going to run him out too much? That's what I said at the beginning of the game. Does he get tired?
I thought they were going to do that last time, but then he ran for 316 yards, 5 touchdowns. He was there for the whole game. He stayed in.
Does this kid get tired?
So Stewart out there on the 2-point conversion. In motion is Carvel Hodges. It's going to be a pass out to Hodges, and it's going to be caught for the 2-point conversion. And we're tied at 22 apiece. So 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We have a tie game, and all of a sudden we're back where we started.
Yeah, brutal. You called it. I think that's announcer's jinx right there, or whatever they call it. We both we're too excited. We're too on the flow, and now it's back tied 22-22.
You got to imagine they're going for the 2-point every time. So again, this is now going to become some 2-point conversion game.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
I don't know, because the Warren team did miss one 2-point conversion where we got 2 field goals instead.
It is refreshing to see Dangle make a pass.
And is it like, do the Huskies have the 2-point conversion game to keep this game going?
I don't know. I mean, that was a pretty nice play call by Nelson, the offense coordinator for the Huskies, on that first 2-point conversion.
I agree, but the pressure on Jake Narot was extraordinary.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, Narot with his first game, like this could be a lot of pressure coming in down the stretch. We'll see how he'll handle it. All right, going to kick now is Bensk or Bensky. Back to receive Zell Walton, Brandon Jenkins, and Austin Schultz. Kick is going to go straight to Jenkins. Looks like, he drops the kickoff, but he has room now. He's along the 20. He's at the 30. A flag is thrown, and he's still on his feet. He's over in the Warren territory, sidesteps the defender. If he didn't fall down, he was going through the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like he was gone there.
There is a flag, though. I believe this could be on the Huskies, so this play might be coming back.
I think I saw a holding.
Nevertheless,
no, it's on Warren.
It's on Warren, so an excellent return there by Brandon Jenkins, taking it to about midfield, and now they're already entering into Warren territory. No, it's on the Huskies.
They changed it.
Never mind. They're doing a lot of hand movements down there, the referees. They're all over the place today. Not saying they're doing a bad job, but
when you turn like 40, would you ever be a high school ref?
No, never. Are you kidding?
I feel like they kind of get shaded, dude.
I was a youth hockey ref. You're just going to take hate from everybody.
Yeah.
You know? The ref, it never ends the good guy. Like, okay, maybe for one team, but like nobody walks out of a game like, oh, I love that ref.
They're bringing them all the way back to the 15-yard line, even though Jenkins made it to about the 50. I wonder what's the call here. Must have been early.
It's the second time now that the Huskies have had a
pretty
decent return.
Must have happened at the point of the penalty.
All right, Narot rolls out, pass to Wentink on the outside, cuts between 2 defenders, but will get tackled at the 25-yard line. So nice gain there. It's just shy, I believe that's going to be a first down, but just shy of a first down. It's
about 8 yards.
2nd and 2, an 8-yard gain there by Wentink. And again, just another set play. They put Wentink in motion once again and just quickly fired it to him. You could tell that Narot's really comfortable with this play style.
Yeah, for sure.
These calls that are coming from the Hersey offensive coordinators. All right, 2nd and 2, ball on the 25. Wentink in motion. Back again, handoff now to Jenkins, who cuts to the outside, trying to get over past the line of scrimmage, but will get stopped. So they needed to. They ended up right back where they started. So 3rd and 2 now, ball on the 25, tie game.
Let's see what Narok can make happen here.
That was another play where Jenkins tried to cut it to the outside. You know, I understand you were talking about that earlier.
I really think the outside is more of his strong suit, but obviously it didn't work out there. It's not going to work out 100% of the time.
All right, Narok taking the snap. He's under pressure right away, rolling back. There's a flag on the play. 2 Husky offensive linemen are on their back.
That's the ref is in the way there. They got to give him something for that.
Narok airs it out. We're going to see what the call is now here.
The ref is just not paying attention down there. I know we said we're not going to slander on the refs, but come on. You can't be letting the quarterback run into you.
Jackson Travis is getting checked out down there by
Looks like
Mr.
a cramp.
Bacon.
Looks like it's only a cramp.
No.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see. I thought you were talking about number 3, Luke
else.
Casey out there.
Luke Casey's just getting stretched out, but I see Jackson Travis over with his parents and the trainer. It might be a concussion. I don't know. He's probably in on special teams,
I didn't
right?
see him on the ground. Jackson Travis is a big player for us, a sophomore and the strongest freshman we had last year, and I think the strongest sophomore we have this year.
So the flag will be on the Huskies. The intentional grounding.
They're going to call that intentional grounding when the ref was in the way? That is bogus.
Intentional grounding. There's another call in there, but 2 penalties on the Huskies.
Really?
Intentional grounding. There was no receiver.
Yeah, but
in the area.
he can't do it. The ref was just in the way. He had to throw it away.
You know, they don't really. Oh, sorry, I was in the way. Let's restart.
Brutal.
So is that Jederick out there to kick now? And the Huskies have terrible positioning now. That's it there. Jederick's in the back of the end zone. This is a pressure punt here.
They're going to let Jederick punt, even though we did think Foster was going to be the punter.
A little bit of motion there by the Hersey special teams. Jederick, high snap to the left. He's able to get it the kickoff. It's going to go for about 45 yards. It's going to be received by number 13, Mason Durst, who takes it to the outside and is pushed out of bounds at the 20.
That was a big punt, about 45 yards.
That was a 45-yard punt, but again returned for 20 yards. You know, you're not in a great position where you're kicking from the back of the end zone. So tie game. Warren almost in the red zone here. All right, 1st and 10, ball on the 27. Stewart, Dangle, out there ready to make a difference in this game. All right, the handoff to Stewart. He cuts to the, Dangle takes it himself. There's a flag on the play. So a faked handoff. Dangle decides to take it himself, but a flag has been thrown. See where this one's going. We got a holding on Warren, so this play is going to be coming back. Call goes Hersey's way, and let's see, again, if we could stop him here, right? Great. Be great. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now, ball on the 37 now. I didn't see the hold there.
I think it was on David Pauly.
David, oh really?
I think it was on David Pauly.
No, it was on Warren.
Yeah, against David Pauly.
Against David Pauly. 5:36 remaining in the 3rd quarter. This 3rd quarter is moving awfully fast, especially since only 2 teams have had the ball. Dangle with the handoff to Stewart, who cuts through the middle, powers through the defense, and will get tackled at the 31-yard line. So a nice gain of 6 there, makes it now 2nd and 14.
Honestly, we have a chance of stopping them on this one. obviously, excuse me, we always have a chance of stopping them, but this one is looking strong. It's still 17 yards to go, and
hopefully you don't
Aaron
jinx.
Stewart.
Hopefully that was an announcer's jinx right there. If it is,
hey, hopefully we both get one this game.
There's an open spot on the broadcast next week, or 2 weeks actually. We'll be back with you guys week 4 against Niles West. Q-Tip's going to be taking the call for that one. So.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, guys. Everybody tune in. Like I said, we're going to have player profiles up and ready for y'all.
It'll be really excited for this game, but we got a good game here. Tie game, 22-22. Handoff now to Stewart, and this is going to be a big run, but he stumbles.
He falls. You were talking about the turf earlier, how you think we need new turf.
Turf is bad. I mean, there's a sign right there saying that the turf has been around since 2011. This turf is almost 15 years old. I know that some renovations are going on around District 214 or around those schools. Buffalo Grove just got a new athletic facilities, and I think they got their turf exchange, and Wheeling did as well. And I believe that's coming to Hersey next year, or at least that's the rumor.
The Huskies need a stop here. This is big.
3rd and 9. You got to imagine they're going for it if they don't get past that first yard line on this play. And you also got to imagine they're going to Stewart. Dangle looking to pass over the middle. Wide open is number 5, Corvell Hodges. And that's going to be a first down for the Blue Devils. 1st and goal.
Honestly, that might have been the biggest play of the game. That could set the game right there. That's not a great outcome for the Huskies.
Yeah, they always think they're going to Stewart. They really let up on that pass game, but excellent for Coach McNulty to switch up the calls and really throw this Hersey defense for a loop. So first and goal on the 10-yard line. Pitch back to Stewart. Stewart gets tackled and will be down at the 6-yard line. So a gain of 4, 2nd and goal. We got Gasolina pumping down in the Orange Crush. I know you're a big Daddy Yankee guy, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know where we got this from, but I definitely am, for sure. Definitely. 100%.
All right. 2nd and 6. 3:01 remaining in the first quarter. Or third quarter. Handoff now to Stewart, and he has no defenders in front of him. He will punch it in for a Warren touchdown.
Honestly, Stewart's eyes, too. His ability to find those gaps is really impressive, but he does have all – does he have all 4 Warren touchdowns?
No.
Or does he only have 3? I know he has 3.
I think he has 3. I don't know. I'll have to check
but I don't remember them throwing a touchdown
I don't remember them throwing either. That's why I don't know. So they're going for that same 2-point play unless they're going to shift it back into a kick, which it looks like they are. So not going for 2 this time. Instead, just going for the extra point, looking to make it 29-22. Bensky back to kick. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. I thought they missed, but
yeah, that was a kind of a weird kick.
Kind of a weird kick. It was kind of off the side of the foot. It kind of fluttered, but 29-22. The Blue Devils are in the lead, their first lead of the night, and 2:53 is remaining now. In this third quarter, your Huskies will get the ball, and now the pressure's on the Huskies. They've got to score here.
But Tom Nelson is used to the pressure. Former NFL player. Who did he play for? The Bengals?
I thought he played for the
Bengals?
Ravens, right?
Ravens. My apologies. But, yeah, former NFL player Tom Nelson's used to the pressure. Let's see what he can put on the pressure for his team. And if he can, someone always tells me pressure turns people into diamonds.
It's pressure makes diamonds.
Yep, I knew that.
All right, Q-Tip 0 for 3 with the Saints tonight.
I think that's my second, bro. What was my? I don't remember having 3.
You said something about like a bear and like growl, or I don't know. I think you're doing it on purpose now.
I always try to put in a couple analogies in there, but they don't really process the right way when I'm saying them in my head.
So you said everything in your head's backwards?
No, I know there's something about pressure and diamonds, but then I don't know how to put it together,
Oh, we're having a little bit of student section battles. We had back-to-back "We Can't Hear Yous," and now we're getting a little scoreboard chant from the Ward student section. So game is on. Bursk with the kick. Jenkins Jenkins drops the ball, He's at the 2-yard line. He's going to return it, though, and he gets swarmed. And, wow, tackled way back in Hersey territory. He's at the 4-yard line.
He's not going to be happy about that.
Not
Jenkins is a
gonna be
big
happy
character,
about that.
big emotional player, and that's going to be changing a lot of things.
And now we're in safety territory. You know, these Huskies.
And the pressure for the youngster out there, will he be turned into a diamond or will he rust out like common iron?
I don't think diamond rusts.
No, you didn't get it, bro. You didn't get it.
I don't think anybody gets it. The Huskies need to go 96 yards here.
And they only have 2 minutes
90,
and 47 left in the
yards,
third
2 minutes,
quarter.
47
They do have the fourth quarter to work with, though.
Going to be a handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins cuts to the outside, powers through number 3, Chris McBride on Warren Township. Chris McBride, a senior, 6'1", 190 pounds. He's committed to Western Illinois, so that's another Division
impressive.
I commit on this Warren roster. Going to be 2nd and 3 now. Huskies have the ball on the 14. Frank in motion. Handoff now to Jenkins, who's going to the outside again, but this time it's tackled at about the line of scrimmage.
I don't think the run was the play there. You got the run out of there. You got 6 yards.
Yeah, well, now you got to pass, and you're in. An interception in here could be deadly. Honestly, it could make or break the game. So a lot of pressure now on Narat. 2:16 left, 3rd and 3. Hopefully, Jedrick doesn't have to kick from the end of the end zone again.
Honestly, he handled that kick great. Shout out Olaf Jedrick. I really like that punt.
The crowd wants a pass to Luke Casey.
They want another 70-yarder.
They want another 70-yarder. Narat taking the pass at the corner of the end zone, getting swarmed. He rolls out, pass over the middle, caught by Wentick, and that's going to be a first down for your Huskies. Excellent sight by Narat. Way to locate the receiver after scrambling out of pressure right there.
Absolutely scrambled out of the pressure like a diamond, and we see him there. He's able to handle it, and he handled it great. He looks like a master out there, like a pro. We see it starting to rain, a little bit of mist coming down.
There's another bug in our broadcast booth. We have a ladybug this time, who Emily Durkin, our producer, afraid of.
You want me to flick it?
No, I feel bad for the 4th person sitting under us who had a giant bug right now. It's really raining now. Narat, deep pass, looking for Riggs. And incomplete, could be pass interference with the
Yeah, I don't know. I think Riggs was sort of getting pushed.
Chris McBride, Western Illinois commit. It is really coming down right now. We don't really know. We're in the booth.
We've got a camera outside that might need help.
Oh, yeah, we have a camera outside. It's barely drizzling. Never mind. So we have a camera outside. We were a little worried about that camera, but maybe our producer Emily can locate a umbrella.
Shout out Emily Durkin. She's kind of running the show down here. She's doing great.
Oh, and somebody jumped. Believe kind of both the Warren and Hersey linemen jumped at the same time.
I think they're going to call it on Jack Nolan again. The Huskies are moving back.
Oh, yeah, it's drizzling.
It's drizzling?
Yeah. So flag on Warren, and it's now going to be 2nd and 5. Your Huskies have the ball on the 23-yard line.
Ryan, if I was a rapper, do you think Q Drizzle is tough? I feel like Q Drizzle is a good name.
We are deep,
into
this football game.
Because Q-Tip's already taken, and Q Drizzle is tough.
You know a rapper called Q-Tip?
You don't? You don't know about Q-Tip?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. I bet all the old folks, all the young folks out there, they know who Q-Tip is.
Narat takes the snap, rolls out the pass again, this time chucked down to Jenkins. Jenkins cuts to the outside, avoids a defender along the sideline, and will get pushed out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. An excellent catch and run there by Jenkins.
As I was speaking of the young folks, I want to give a shout out to all the parents watching, all of the
and teachers, Hersey teachers.
all the teachers, everybody who has said, hey, you got to watch this broadcast because Q-Tip's on it. Everybody who's watching because I'm here, shout out to you.
Yeah, Q-Tip, he's been on these broadcasts for what now? Is this your 4th year?
That's correct.
Yeah, 4th year for Q-Tip. He's kind of a veteran around here. This is my 3rd year. I came and gone every once in a while. All right, Wentink in motion. Narod, quick pass outside to Wentink. Wentink has room. Nice blocking by number 12, Austin Schultz. All right, now 1st and 10. They're in Warren territory at the 41. First and 10, ball at the 41. Narot handing it off to Jenkins. Jenkins trying to get through the middle, but he'll be tackled about a gain of 1 right there. You know, Jenkins not having that much luck in the middle of the field. And whenever he takes, and now the Warren defense is really reading the sideline. You know, they're really taking him down along the sideline. So overall, the run game not really working right now for the Huskies. But Narot, excellent job right now passing. Those short passes are really doing the trick.
The passes are really carrying us right now. You see Jackson Wilder, Luke Casey, Josh Riggs.
We haven't seen Wilder get a target in a while.
But I'm saying, like, our receivers overall are doing great.
All right, time ticking down in the 3rd quarter. We're about to get to our 4th quarter of action here. 2nd and 9. I think the Huskies got to get one more play in. Let's see what they try to do. Narot, handoff to Jenkins, who's still up. He was swarmed by the defensive line, and he was still on his feet, but now a loss of 4 on that run.
I thought he almost broke there, but somebody just had him on the foot. Thought he was gone.
And that will close off our 4th quarter.
Third
quarter, no score for the Huskies, and 2 touchdowns by the Warren Blue Devils. All right, Q-Tip. You've seen Warren taking a comeback now. The Blue Devils now in the lead. What do the Huskies need to change?
Honestly, I don't know if the run game's working out for them. As you just said, I think our passing game needs to be stronger. But you also brought up that if there's an interception right now, it could drastically change the chances of the Huskies winning.
For either team.
This is true. And so, honestly, I don't know what I'd do in this position. I'm not a football expert by any means. I have no clue.
Yeah, I think the pass game has definitely been working so far for the Huskies, and they just got to keep forcing it across the middle. But we'll see. Crucial 4th quarter, 12 minutes decides how this game's going to be. We're going to take you back down to the field. All right, flipping sides of the field now. At the 44, 3rd and 13, big 3rd down. You got to imagine they're passing. Will they go for it on 4th?
I think they will. It's Tom Nelson. He always goes for it on 4th.
All right, low snap. Narot stepping back to pass. Pass caught by Riggs, and Riggs gets the 1st down. He's still on his feet. Riggs going to the end zone. It's a Husky touchdown, but there's a whistle. And they're saying he stepped out of bounds.
I don't think he did.
Not step out of bounds.
He did not step out of bounds.
I was looking out the window, and he was. I need a review. I call yellow card, blue flag on the field. I want a review.
Durkin, can you do replays?
Instant replay. One of these years, we will get an instant replay, and we will show that was a touchdown. He did not get taken out of bounds. But still, a 1st down pickup for Riggs, seeming to be the popular target right now for Narot.
Talk about breakfast, great grit from Josh Riggs.
Narot, another pass now, caught outside by Riggs once again, caught at about the 16-yard line, and it's going to be an 8-yard gain for your Huskies.
Ryan just totally missed my joke, but Durkin gave me a fist bump.
Sometimes I just tune you out.
That's sort of insulting.
What did you say?
I said, talk about breakfast, Josh Riggs with the grit. You don't know what grits are?
I know what grits are. No.
Then how is that not extraordinarily funny to you?
I don't get how it has to do with Josh Riggs.
Because he's gritty.
Pass. Nara sent back to pass from behind. He gets nailed. That was number 83. 83, Chris Augustus, the defensive lineman, coming around and hitting him from behind. But there's a flag on the play. We're going to see if this is on the Huskies or on the Blue Devils. The flag was thrown in the secondary, so got to imagine that's either offensive pass interference or a holding or something. I know we've been wrong with our calls.
Yeah,
so.
let's not make a guess too early. It's going to be on the Blue Devils.
Flag on the Blue Devils. We're not sure what it was, but anyway, it's going to be first down now for the Huskies.
I mean,
and they're in scoring territory.
Excuse me, yeah.
They're in the red zone.
Another flag gets thrown down after, it looks like during a timeout.
This one might be on the Huskies now.
Unsportsmanlike on the Blue Devils.
Wow, so they just keep digging themselves in this hole, and now your Huskies are on the 8-yard line. Sorry, no, they're on the 5-yard line. Your Huskies are in scoring position now. First and goal, a huge touchdown. Do they go for 2?
I don't know what I would do. You don't have to go for 2, but then you also could be scared that the Blue Devils might go for 2 if they score again.
Jake gets in the backfield. It's a fake handoff. Narrod's going to take it himself, tries to maneuver around the defense, but will get taken down at about the 2-yard line.
Narrod's not known for his scrambles. I would not say he is like Josh Riggs and part of the breakfast squad, but he could be one eventually. You know,
you should say
scrambled,
scrambles,
scrambled eggs. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
It's, that was one from downtown. Might have hit the backboard.
I don't think that. I think you just try to make them sound worse than they actually sound. I think if that was publicly
if you're laughing at home,
I feel like people like my analogies.
Nara with the scramble outside. He's taking him himself. I don't think he got in. He tried to blow up whoever that Warren defender was on the sideline, and number 24, Braylon McMillan. But it's third and goal at the 1. 2 plays here for the Huskies to punch it in. God, they need to get in this. They need to score here. All right, maybe we get a little tush-push action. And no!
He drops the ball!
And the Blue Devils are saying they recovered it.
Blue Devils recover the fumble. Jake Nara drops the ball.
Wow. And a crucial play here in this game.
Come on, Jake, you got this, dude. He's looking sad out there. This is brutal. The team's trying to get him together, dude. You're still in the game. Still 10 minutes left. Defense could get a stop. Jake, you're still in this.
So, Blue Devils will start first and 10 on their own 1-yard line. You gotta hope the Huskies stop them, But with Stewart, they can get out of this easily. Just tremendous fight all game here by the Huskies, and unfortunately, an excellent drive, with a couple penalties that helped them out, comes to an unfortunate end.
The tush push was not the play that time.
Handoff now to Stewart, who gets tackled. No, he does not get tackled. He stays on his feet, and he's still pushing through, and that's a nice gain.
Uh-oh.
And we have an injured Hersey player.
That's number 34, Tillman Mulder, a big defensive lineman. We do not want him off the field.
Yeah, and again, as we were saying, not a lot of depth right now for these Huskies, and Tillman Mulder's down. It looks like
it's just a cramp, though. It looks like he'll be fine. They're stretching him out.
So they're giving a little stretch out here. We're gonna take a brief pause.
Tillman's a character. He was in my Spanish class.
Really?
My sophomore year. Me and Tillman, we hit it up in Spanish class. We were having fun, and
let's check some scores now from around the league. Prospect is beating Stevenson 21-18, so it's getting close. That one's in the fourth quarter. Still no score update on Elk Grove Maine West. It says 16-12, but that was the last updated in the second quarter. And in the third quarter, Palatine is playing a surprisingly close game with Rolling Meadows. Palatine, who was ranked number 1 preseason in the MSL, is only up by a touchdown on Rolling Meadows. That scores 22-15.
I really expected Palatine to be blowing them out. And you know what? Shout out Sean Banka, my sister's husband. He's a coach over at Meadows. Come on, you guys got this. Beat Palatine.
Yeah, honestly, we take them down. Take down
Palatine.
Now, that's not great for the Huskies, though. you're saying that Meadows might actually have a decent team this year, especially after what's his name left, Robbie Gould.
I saw a TikTok today, and somebody drafted Robbie Gould onto their fantasy league. I'm still really confused how that was possible.
All right, the handoff once again to Stewart, who will get quickly tackled. That's a short gain of about 1.
It looks like the Huskies are just trying to take the ball out of his hands
Every
now.
Husky on defense pounced on top of it, but he's going to get the first down, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the Warren 11, and if they can put together a 99-yard drive, I mean, that would drain the clock out of this game. You got to get a stop.
The Huskies
gotta get a stop.
desperately are gripping onto life here, edge of a cliff. They need a stop.
Yeah, they forced 1 punt this game and haven't forced a punt since. It was on the first drive. Actually, the interception and the punt. And after that, every single Warren drive has resulted in a touchdown. Another handoff to Stewart, who just runs with so much power into the Husky line. And
Have you seen those NFL things where it's like Rampage of the Week or something, the runs where it's the angry run of the week?
Yeah.
Aaron Stewart's got to be up there, dude.
Yeah, someone's got to submit his clips to Sports Center.
Dogs out. Hoo.
2nd and 6, ball on Warren 16. The Huskies need to come up with something huge, whether it's a turnover, stop, and even still, like over here, I'd imagine they go for it on 4th down, especially since Stewart's about, averaging about 8 yards per carry. Another handoff for Stewart. This time he finds a gap, but and still on his feet, and it gets helped by his offensive line and pushed past the 1st down.
He does not go down, man.
Yeah, and so they're not going to give him the 1st down. They're going to say he's about we're at 3rd and inches right now. But again, he's starting to go down, and then he just gets the extra push by his offensive line, and I don't know. I literally don't know how to stop. I don't play football, okay? I claim no knowledge as a coach, but how do you stop this?
Yeah, our blitz didn't work last time. That gave him the touchdown. I don't know what I would do.
3rd and 1. Crucial play here. They're going back to Stewart, who's going to get the 1st down easily. Again, just like even those short ones where he's quickly tackled, he's getting 4 yards.
Yeah. It's brutal for the Huskies out here. We need a Band-Aid. We need to stop the bleeding. Somebody please come help.
But still, I'm not discouraged by these Huskies and even their defense. I mean, their defense, I wouldn't say they look perfect, but
I love our pass defense. We've got 1 interception already this game, but there have been a couple plays where they're wide open. But I'm liking our pass defense a lot.
They've been caught lacking.
They have been caught lacking, but I think that's only because of Aaron Stewart.
Yeah, exactly. It's Hersey fans, you'll never encounter another running back like this season. This time, there's a flag on the play, and it looks like Dangle took it himself. We haven't had to say his name.
That's going to be a legal procedure again, I believe. But I've been wrong almost every single flag call, I think.
Hopefully, this is a flag on Warren. It's going to back him up. And
there we go.
Yes.
I got it right, guys. I got it right. It was a legal procedure.
Warren, it's 1st and 15 now. But even still, penalties hasn't made a difference. They were 1st and 20 at one point. They still managed to pick up the 1st down in three downs. 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. We're about halfway through this 4th quarter. Stewart once again in the backfield. Handoff now to Stewart. He's looking to the outside, and he's tackled by Wentic. Excellent play there by the Huskies. And they read that one. Stewart's always come towards the Hersey sideline.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And I think now the Huskies are starting to read that. But he'll probably switch it up this next time and break out for 70 yards.
Hey, don't say that, man. We got to have faith in the Huskies. I know I said somebody bring us a Band-Aid, but the Band-Aid could be the Huskies themselves.
Did the band change?
Did the band change? It looks like the band did change. They took their rompers off, and now they're in T-shirts and shorts.
Rompers? Wow. 2nd and 15. There was no gain on that last run by Stewart. The only run by Stewart that's resulted in no gain. Stewart now up the middle. Another quick tackle by the Huskies. And this is looking good right now.
This is looking good, but that's what we said about the last third down,
Yes.
where they were 3rd and 12.
We love to jinx the Huskies. So it's 3rd and 13.
I think they're going to try to do another unexpected passing play, but the Huskies are going to be on it this time.
They got to be on it this time. 3rd and 11. Ball on the 23. You know, they're too deep in Hersey Warren territory to go for it on 4th down. You got to imagine they punt. The crowd is getting loud.
Come on, defense!
One of the most important plays of this game. 3rd and 11. Dangle looking to pass. Quick outside. And overthrown. Pass incomplete. No flags on the play. And it's going to be 4th down and 11. Will they go for it?
I don't know why I screamed no. That seemed counterintuitive. It was like an excited no. Like, no, he didn't catch it.
The punt team coming onto the field. Wentick going back to receive.
We got to hope he doesn't drop it. Brennan Jenkins has 2 drops on the kick returns, and we only have 5 minutes, but we do need to stall the clock.
6 minutes.
If we get it in within 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and Warren has 3 minutes to have a whole drive, they might just make that happen.
We could have the ball at about midfield, and we've really got to stall out this clock. But you don't have a lot of space, and you might have too much time.
I wonder if they're going to tell Wenting to just let it
punt,
drop. They will.
And it takes a Warren bounce, and it's going to roll all the way back to the Hersey 45.
Honestly, I don't even know if I'm a coach, I don't know if I'm putting a receiver out there to even receive the punts, just because, like...
Well, you got to put a receiver.
Well, obviously, in case the punt's way too far, but I'm saying I don't think I would want him to run it in because of the time on the clock.
Yeah.
If they get a touchdown, it's just going to be Warren's ball with 6 minutes.
Yeah, Warren, this is down to the wire. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this game to be this down to the wire. And it's all falling onto the shoulders of junior quarterback Jake Narad and senior running back
Let's see how he's going to
Brandon
recover from that
Jenkins.
fumble. He looked pretty discouraged of himself. Come on, Jake, you still are in this game.
Riggs, hands off now to Jenkins with a nice run up the middle for about 4 yards. You know, Riggs has been the popular target today. You got to imagine he's getting a couple more targets before the end of this one. And again, I think that this wide receiver core for these Huskies have looked really strong.
Yeah, for sure. I'm loving the way the Huskies are looking this season, especially for this being only the first game. And we both expected this to sort of be a blowout for Warren.
Yes.
The Huskies are more than exceeding expectations.
I said 49 to about 21 was my score prediction.
I think I had 42-27.
Handoff to
Riggs?
Riggs on the jet sweep coming across the middle. He's going to be tackled just shy of the 1st down marker. So 3rd and 1, very important 3rd and 1. You got to imagine if they don't convert here, they're going to go for it on 4th. Because, I mean, there's no point in punting it at this point. So you know, it's a shame that we don't have NFL kickers in because, you know, you could sink a 70-yard field goal.
Get destroying out here. Get Adam Botkins.
Another handoff to Jenkins, looking to the outside, trying to find a gap, and he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down marker. So very crucial 4th down. They've got to convert here, 4th and 1, and honestly, this could make or break the game.
I feel like we've said that on like every single play this quarter.
I mean, then they have, maybe looking back, rewatching this, there will be one play that made or break the game. I definitely think the Darrat fumble, if the Huskies end up losing this game, will leave a bad taste in the mouth. You know,
it sucks for the young
it's a
kid
mistake
out
that
there.
happens. Even the best of the best make it. Darrat looking to pass now. Deep throw. Riggs wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Huskies.
Tyler Wenting, by the way.
Tyler Wenting with the catch downfield. And your Huskies. It's 28-29.
Jack Nolan just pushed Wenting to the ground.
Wenting cuts downfield. Nobody on the Warren defense expected it. He bobbles the catch and takes it into the end zone. And your Orange Crush is loud. And they're on their feet. This whole crowd's on their feet. And we have a
look at them. They're yelling at the student section. Let's go, boys. Jake Norart with a great comeback.
Jack Mao lined up the kick. The snap is low. They drop the snap. Mao back. He dives on the ball. And oh no, a crucial special teams mistake. Terrible snap, and your Huskies are losing by a point now. In a routine extra point, the snap was low. We've seen a couple poor snaps by the Huskies. And all of a sudden, Warren is back
We
on
are
top.
all at a ghast right now.
After such an amazing 4th and 1 play. A bad snap changes the whole outcome of this game, and I think I have just found my game-changing play.
I don't think my heart has ever dropped so fast in my life. I'm talking Goliath at Six Flags level. This is, but not like good feeling.
It's crunch time now for this Hersey defense. They need to stop them. They need to stop. They have
Are we
all
going to
3
see
times
an
left.
onside kick?
I think there's too much time left for an onside kick. You have all 3 timeouts, 4 minutes left in this game. They're going to run it with Stewart.
It looks like they're setting up for an onside kick almost.
No, I don't think they're. Maybe.
You don't think so? I don't think he's ever lied up on the outside like that.
Well, this is going to be interesting if this is an onside kick. You know, I saw they were talking to the special teams unit before they headed out onto the field, but it looks like Jederick is actually going to take the kick here, unless my eyes deceive me. Jederick with the big boot caught by Yancey. Yancey taking it to the outside. Yancey has room. He's at the 20. Tries to throw the stiff arm, but will get tackled at the 21.
Parker Flaherty with his, I think he's tackled every kick return on from Warren.
3rd tackle by
Parker Flaherty looking like a beast out there. Oh, come on, Huskies. Let's see another Luke Casey, another Josh Riggs. Somebody get an interception.
Yeah.
Please, boys, I'm begging you.
Yeah, I just took off my headset. I didn't realize that the Hersey band has been playing this entire time. Like the college football 25 style, 26
Absolutely.
style. They're sounding good today. Good job, Hersey band. 1st and 10, ball on the Warren 21. Hand off now to Stewart, and no, Stewart has the whole field in front of him. The 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown Blues.
Honestly, this might be the only thing that gives us a chance. If
True.
they don't get a 2-point
But
conversion,
they're going to go for 2.
if they don't get a 2-point conversion, that keeps the Huskies in the game.
That's that big run that Stewart loves to put on.
Yes, but that's what
We
I was
haven't
talking
seen it all
about
day
earlier.
in
Like,
game.
if the Huskies did that, the Warren would just have the ball back, and Warren did that, and now Huskies are going to have the ball back.
So if they decide to go for 2, which they looks like Dangle is not,
I think they have to go
looks
for
like
2.
Dangle's coming off, so it looks
They-
like they're just going to kick the extra point and give
Really?
the Huskies the chance.
Wow.
Unless they're going to go another direct snap.
It looks like they're lining up sort of for the 2-point conversion how they normally do. Our cheer is saying block that kick, but I'm not sure they're lining up for a kick.
Yeah, it's weird formation all game today by the special teams unit. It's really throwing these Huskies for a loop. I got to imagine they're going to go for that same play that we saw in the first 2-point conversion. Because if I'm the Husky special teams, I don't even know what to expect. So there's clearly a hold-up, but no timeout seemed to be called. I'm surprised the refs are letting special teams coach Pardun have this much time. Or not Pardun, sorry. What's his name? Kuhn, yes. Oh, I believe the Orange Crush just said, "We are Penn State." Oh no, Hersey, never mind. I heard Penn State. I'm so used to they're playing Kerncraft 400. You familiar with that, Q-Tip?
I'm not sure I am.
All right, let's see what happens here. 2-point conversion attempt, maybe. The kicker is also out there, and it looks like they're going to transition into a kick.
Well, will they fake it again? They
Will they
sort
fake
of
it again?
need a 2-point conversion to get the
It
Huskies
didn't work
out of the game.
that first time. Birthday kick is up, and it is good. So the Blue Devils will take an 8-point lead, but the Huskies have a chance. I am really surprised they didn't go for 2 there. A 2.
I think that's kind of the dumb decision.
If they didn't get the 2, then it would have relied on a Hersey extra point. I am surprised McNulty let that call go. 2-point conversion for the Huskies. They've already converted on 1, but they've missed an extra point, and clearly the long snapper hasn't been on par
that extra point
so far
should
today.
be routine. I like how you said that. You used routine there. Whew.
I did.
I like how you use that there, and it should be routine, really. We should not be missing those. It is the first game, though. It is the first game.
It's the first game, but they had a week 0 game to prep for this.
And they've been
But
practicing
there was no
the whole
defense.
summer.
There was no other special teams. Remember?
There was no defense?
Yeah, for week 0,
Oh,
remember?
for week 0, yeah.
For folks, for field goals and extra points in the week 0 game, the special teams was on there, but they did not have a defense going against them. It was kind of weird, but I guess it could, prevent injury. I don't know. Maybe next year they'll change those rules.
Dude, I'm like so invested in this. I feel like fantasy football right now. Like I'm so invested.
I
dude.
am more invested in this than fantasy football. I don't care about fantasy. Fantasy football's overrated.
That's kind of lame. You should care about fantasy football.
I know. It's just setting the schedules and stuff every week. Like it just becomes too much. All right. Q-Tip is, as he likes to say, quaking in his boots right now.
Shiver me timbers.
The kickoff up. It's going to be returned by Jenkins. Jenkins has a lot of room here to make something happen. He cuts to the outside. He has room, and he has blockers into the middle and is tackled at the 40. So another nice return there by Brandon Jenkins.
40 yards is a great return, and the Huskies have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to make something happen on offense.
3-minute and 30-second drill here. Trying to get down the field. You honestly kind of want to milk clock, right? Because you don't want to give the ball back to Warren after that Stewart run. But you also want to score as quick as possible. I have faith. I really believe if Norrot, the way he's been playing today, the way our receivers have looked, we can really do this. We can do this, but I'm not going to jinx it. Faked handoff to Norrot, or faked handoff to Jenkins. Norrot pass over the middle, caught by, I believe that was Jackson Wilder.
That's
for
correct.
A short 2-yard gain. So a gain of 2 there is going to make it 2nd and 8. Ball on the 43-yard line. All right, this Hersey offense trying to come up with a play here. It's crunch time. Time's ticking away. 2:50 remaining. I think we need a little more hurry-up offense here. I know you said same play. Narod under pressure, scrambling. You got to throw the ball away, and he does, but that's probably going to be another intentional grounding call. No flag has been thrown yet. So an incomplete pass there. And
I mean, at the point of the throw, there was a receiver over there, but there wasn't towards the end. He sort of kept running down the sideline as his route.
3rd and long now. And do you go for it on 4th down? There's no other option here. I mean, with 3 timeouts, you got to. If you give the ball back with 3 timeouts, yeah, you can string it out, but you got to imagine they're getting a 1st down, unless they get another penalty. But you can't really predict that. So, all right, taking the snap, looking to pass, quick pass outside to Riggs, and it's way over his head. That would have been a 1st down if he caught it, but it's incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 8.
Jake Narot needs a big play here, and we cannot afford. I don't think there's any reason to go for a run play. Almost take Jenkins out, get another receiver in there,
well,
and
Jenkins,
you have the
Jenkins
options.
could be a receiver. I know you said he's.
Jenkins is a great catcher. He has an interception leader throughout the years. They might even just turn him into a receiver on this play. I don't think there's any reason to go for a run.
2 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. 4th and 8. The Huskies need a huge play here. Hopefully they didn't spend that good play on that Wentink touchdown. Looks like it's going to be a timeout now by the Huskies. Don't really know why they took that timeout. Maybe they just wanted to see how the Warren defense was going to line up. But now the Huskies down to 2 timeouts if they turn the ball over.
I'm not sure they were happy with their play call. I think they really want to try something here. They know they need this, and they do need this.
Subbing in now is Drew Frank. We haven't seen much of him today. I saw him.
He's another tight end.
Another tight end. So maybe they're going 2 tight ends here, trying to 2 little quick passes over the middle. As long as we get the first down. All right, 4th and 8. I will say it again, Q-Tip. Crucial play in this 4th quarter. Can the junior do it?
There we go. Offsides on number 3.
Number 3, Chris McBride, the Division I commit to Western Illinois. Offsides, terrible mistake. And now it's going to be 4th and 3rd. Unless it's an automatic first down?
I'm not sure. But that was an obvious offsides by like 3 yards.
4th now and 3. So much shorter distance. This might alter the play call. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Hersey timeout here. I'd still imagine passing is a play, but you have less of a difference.
I don't know if they can afford to waste a timeout just on this play.
Yeah. 4th and 3. A huge play coming up here. Narvat takes the snap. Wide outside pass to Wentic off the tip of the fingers. And
That's
Warren
the
will
game.
take over with 2:26 remaining. I guess not exactly the game. The Huskies have.
If the Huskies get an interception here, but I doubt they're going to even go for passing
trying
plays.
to do the math, about 30 seconds for play time.
But they're not going to go for passing plays. We've seen the smartness of the
we
Warren
still have
coach.
2 timeouts, so there's still a chance here. But again, you gotta hope that they don't get a first down, and then you have 20 seconds left to make a play. And
I mean, it could be a little Minneapolis miracle in Chicago, in Arlington Heights.
I don't think they're passing, but a miracle in Arlington Heights, that would be nice to see. Warren and Husky territory at the 48. Dangle takes the snap. Another handoff to Stewart. Stewart right through the middle, and Stewart has tons of room. He's at the 30 and taken down at about the 10-yard line. Another huge run by Stewart, and honestly, that run just might ice this one. The only good thing is he was tackled out of bounds, but now it sets up 1st and goal for Warren with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. Honestly, do you let him score and hope that you could go down the field in 2 minutes?
No. Even if they can go down the field, there's nothing they could do.
Husky fans starting to file out. Boo!
Wow, half the student section dipping.
I will say, though this is probably going to end in a loss, maybe I announcer just jinxed it once again, but I think the Huskies did look good tonight.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
honestly, if the Warren scores here, I don't want to, but my prediction would be correct of the score.
All right. But it felt closer than that, especially since we were winning going into
Absolutely.
halftime. We just got to close out games, not scoring a single point. Only scoring that touchdown. Handoff now to Stewart is going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line. So another big gain, about 7 yards there for Stewart. 2 minutes left in this one. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. They can't take a knee just yet. The only place they can go is into the end zone. So next week, your Huskies are going to be traveling to Barrington for another top 25 opponent. Excited to see this one. Another handoff to Stewart, who runs it up the middle and is going to plow it into the end zone for a Warren touchdown. Another touchdown for the Blue Devils is going to make it 42-21. 32-28.
The Huskies have 1:30 for a 2-score deficit.
For 2 scores. That is. I'm curious to see how many yards Stewart rushed for today. It's probably going to be another high number. And I wonder if it's going to be similar to that 361 yards. Meanwhile, these Blue Devils are going to take on currently number 9 ranked Maine South. So a top 25 matchup next week, another key game. Synaptic still the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So Bensky sinks another one.
Yeah, and the Huskies are just walking on the field. Excuse me, I thought they were going to shake hands early.
They went shake hands at the minute 30. Plenty of time, Q-Tip, plenty of time.
Wow, more Orange Crush student section members leaving.
This game's not over. Where's everybody going?
You guys better not be tuning out. I see you.
Yeah.
You see them? They're trying to tune out.
I see you guys tuning out right now.
I see you guys. Better not tune out. 1:30, come on.
I see that viewer number ticking back. And
Better
back
not
and
be
back.
going on TikTok.
Yeah, we can see how many people
Look
are
at,
watching the game
you see
right
the viewer
now.
number ticking down? They're
I see
tuning
it.
out.
Wow.
Hey, boo you if you tuned out. Although I guess you wouldn't be
can't
here.
hear you right
Yeah, I
now.
guess you wouldn't be here. If you tuned out, you probably can't hear me anymore. Well, that's just a guess.
All right. Do a little score check while we have the time. Some other scores, you know, at Stevenson prospect game, it's a close one to watch. Prospect now up by 10 on Stevenson, so yeah, Prospect's pretty legit this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Elk Grove, Maine West still at 16-12, and Palatine, Rolling Meadow still at 22-15. I'm sure those scores on 100%.
You know, they actually have the Huskies score wrong on that website.
Yeah. Max Preps isn't the most efficient site. I guess got to go over the Daily Herald. Jenkins is going to take it back at about the 10. He has room. He's bringing it to the outside, and Jenkins has room. Jenkins along the sideline, cutting across the middle, and a good. He's still on his feet, but he gets tackled at the 40.
60 yards for Brandon Jenkins, 1:19 to work with.
1:19, he is in Warren territory. So a quick touchdown, quick pass, onside kick, recover the kick. It's not over. You know, you see Coach Kuhn down there hyping up the team because they can't get discouraged. Heads up, you still got a chance. Got a Warren player running all the way back.
I think they're going to have to go for an onside kick if they do score here, though. It's the only option, right?
Well, yeah, well, they do have 2 timeouts, but the time wouldn't work. Like, I mean, I don't want to even try to do the math, but I'm assuming that it would not work. More boos from the Orange Crush. Norrat takes the snap, looking to pass under pressure, trying to look deep, pass over the middle, wide open is Wentic, which is caught and in for a Husky touchdown.
Come on, boys!
Tyler Wentic,
There's a slim chance!
1 play and a touchdown. There's 1:11 left, and all of a sudden your Huskies are back in it. It takes an onside kick. Go for 2 now, why not? So 43-34. It's a 9-point deficit. Looks like they're keeping the offense out there for a 2-point conversion. Honestly, I would put in the special. I know the special teams have been a bit of a wreck, but if they don't convert on this 2-point conversion, then the game is over. It's no even point for an onside kick.
Well, they need at least 1 2-point conversion just to tie. And so you either go for it here or you whiff it and go for it on the 2-point conversion.
Looks like the Huskies are setting up for 2. The offense stays on out there in motion. Narot rolls out. He can take this himself. He's reaching for the end zone, and he is in. And the Huskies have converted on the 2-point conversion. It is now 43-36. It's a shame to all those Orange Crush fans who left early because all of a sudden this game's close, and I see the Warren coordinators who left a couple minutes ago running back up the stands because all of a sudden it's a new game. So an onside kick, you would think, and I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Hersey successfully convert on an onside kick, but new year, new team. I'm sure this.
I wonder who's going to take it. They've got 3 kickers. I doubt they've practiced it. I bet they practice it, but
maybe
not
maybe Jack Foster.
Maybe Jack Foster comes on. Jack Foster.
It could be his moment in the lights, but minute and 11 left. And it's not like Warren has seen an onside kick either. So I don't go to Hersey practices. If you have, you can always text me and tell me if you guys actually work on onside kicks. I'd have to imagine they don't.
It's Jack Mao, the sophomore. Wait, and Foster. They're both out there. It's Jack Foster.
Takes the field for the onside kick. Jack Foster, I guess you could put him on our roster as onside kick specialist.
Come on, Foster.
This is a huge.
Jack Foster.
You got Mao and no.
Oh, one of them's going to take it, but they're not going to tell us who.
I guess Foster.
They're running at the same time like a penalty kick in soccer.
That's Parker Flaherty, number 33.
No, that's Jack Mao. 33 is Jack Mao.
I just checked the roster sheet.
Bro, 32 is Parker Flaherty.
Oh, well. Ooh, and there's a flag. There's a whistle. I don't know what. Sorry, you were right. Jack Mao. They're looking like they're going to do some fake one runs at it. The other one. This is a weird play. I've never seen this before. Let's see what Coach Kuhn is kicking up. Here we go. Onside kick to determine the game. Foster, it's going to go roll past that 5-yard. It's going to be caught by number 11, Simon Castillo.
I don't even think that made it past the 10 yards.
No, it made it past the 10 yards, but the Huskies did not convert on the onside kick, and I believe this one is pretty much over. But minute 10, I don't know, maybe you could fumble a kneel. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no chance they're going to go for a passing play. It's way too risky. And then it's like the running back's been way too good. And if we do stop him, we might have 10 seconds. It's a Hail Mary chance is what they call it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't even know what other option. I don't know what to do here. But a minute 10, I guess now I try to do the math. And it's possible.
It's certainly possible.
30-second ways to run down the play clock and then 2 timeouts. Another handoff to Stewart, and Stewart, he's going to run for a first down and even more. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, taken down.
That makes it significantly harder for the Huskies.
And I believe this game is over. So another 40-plus yard run for Aaron Stewart, and I can't wait to see how many yards he ran for today. I think he had 4 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, if Stewart was sick today, Huskies would have won this game. But it's like they're ready to take the knee. They're actually going to run a play. And Stewart just powers through. They're just trying to pad the numbers, trying to pad the stats right there. Going to get him a 5th or 6th touchdown the game. Time ticking down to about 46 seconds. It's going to be.
Honestly, I like that onside kick from Foster, though. It looked good. It didn't look like
decent. You made Castillo jump up and try to grab that one, which obviously that could, if you don't time that jump right, it could go off the fingers. He had backup, but you never know.
And I like just like. For a high school player, that was a surprisingly good onside kick. It didn't look like it was sort of on accident or he just didn't really know how to do an onside kick. That was a great onside kick from Jack Foster.
Clearly the Huskies have practiced this before, but 15 seconds. I'm surprised the Huskies haven't used it. I guess it would be no point, but. And Warren's going to take a knee, and that about wraps up this one. Warren Township. Final score 43-36. A 7-point win for your Huskies. Or for the Blue Devils. All right. So a very hard-fought game tonight by our Huskies. However, they are going to lose 43-36. We thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back week 4 against Niles West. Q-Tip, closing remarks.
Just be excited for that Week 4 game. The Dispatch Studio has a lot to bring to you. We're going to have player profiles, and we're going to be ready. We're going to be in the booth.
A new pregame show.
A new pregame show. Me and Ryan love to do those. Be excited for Week 4. We are expecting to come home with a win.
All right, that's it for us tonight. My name's Ryan Antonucci. He's Quentin Q-Tip Bursch. We thank you for joining us.